best not miss. a second. Shout out to all of my day ones and my stay ones, definitely in this building, rocking out with us. Ah, what's going on? What's going on? Listen, I need you guys ASAP to tap that thumbs up button. Let's get this activity activating, right? Let's get this thing going. I hope everybody has been enjoying the content that you've probably been seeing flow past our channel, right? I told you guys we were putting this thing into the works. And it's going to be like that every day. You guys are going to see an overwhelming flood of our long form content from our best shows, right? From our best shows. Listen, I don't know what to say. I understand it though. We have went 3 years without having any long form content. We have went 3 years without having any long form content. We weren't supposed to succeed if you go by those metrics, right? It's disappointing to even acknowledge all of it. That's what happened. And I will say this to everybody, any of you who have thought about starting your own podcast and things like this. See, here's the thing. People in this field, if people give me 1 second, you got to turn this light out. I knew it was something that wasn't looking right. The heck? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. There was, when people hear that you may be a threat or they hear your name buzzing around strong and it's in the exact same niche, right? People will go out of their way to hope that you don't blow. You can even reach out to some people and they won't give you, little tips, little information that could be pertinent to what you're doing, right? So I'm going to tell all of you guys. Oh, you know what? Let's go. I'm going to tell all you guys. If you have the notion that you want to start a show, you must have long form content. You must have long form content. No one's going to watch a 4-hour show. You can't even expect anyone to watch a 4-hour show. It set us back tremendously. It set us back tremendously. Tremendously. We're supposed to have around several 100,000 subscribers right now. Everybody knows that. So I'm going to tell you guys, I'm not going to gatekeep, right? I'm not going to gatekeep. I'm going to tell you guys what it is. If you think about starting you a podcast, make sure that you put short form content that everybody can digest so that they don't have to watch a whole 4-hour show. But listen, we're going to go ahead and dive into this thing today. Shout out to all of my day ones and my stay ones up in this situation with us. Nah, I don't like that. We got to do better than that. That's what I'm talking about. Right. Shout out to my IG people over here rocking out with us. Listen, we're going to go deep with this thing today. Topic of today's show is discussing the premise of, if we all know the way that yields better life results for us, why are women so adamant about going against that way? Just because that way is suggestive that men are supposed to lead the women and women are supposed to honor men's leadership. It simply suggests, I want everybody to listen to this one. If you're about to leave, don't leave till you hear this. What we can see around the society today, everybody knows the right way to live life. Everybody knows the way that leads to a productive, a good life outcome, right? But if the women are refusing to do it, it simply means that women would rather not have a good life outcome than to not be equal to men. The race to be equal to men is utterly destroying these women. It's utterly destroying them. Now, there's a serious problem with that. And we can prove it comes with a negative life outcome. Look at how the children are turning out. Look at how it's affecting women to be raising children by themselves, right? Listen, those of you, I've told you guys a lot. Those of you who rock with the show and you want to see the maximum effects of the show, you got to come to YouTube because you won't be able to see these clips that we're about to play if you don't, right? I want to show you guys something. We can prove that the way we see women living their lives today comes with a negative life ending. It busts them up significantly. It busts them up. Everybody knows it. You can look at your auntie, you can look at your mom, you can look at your sisters. And we have to ask, what is wrong with them that they keep doing this? Look at how the children are turning out. And look how it's affecting the women to be raising children by themselves.
Bro, being a single mom is literally the hardest shit ever. Like, you cannot do anything. I literally got like one side of my weights wrecked at the gym because I tried to work out and they're calling me over the intercom to come get him literally after 5 minutes because he don't want to be with anybody but me because I'm the only person with him. But you literally just can't do anything. I'm literally so exhausted from work like 90% of the time, so I don't ever get to do like a good like real workout. And I got up trying to do a workout this evening and he don't even want to go to the kids club. This is like the third time I've tried to take him. He does not like to be with strangers. So it just makes it hard because I can't do anything.
Wow, we didn't even have the microphone on. Listen, my question is this. We don't understand how you guys keep doing this. We don't understand it. Everybody knows how tough it is to be a single mom. Everybody knows how it changes your life. How on God's earth can you guys keep doing this? And it didn't have to happen to you. All you had to do was look at your mom. All you had to do was look at your auntie, look at your goddaughter, whoever, your god sister. You have a multitude of examples around you of what happens when you become a single mom. But you guys won't stop doing it. I want you guys to listen to this.
Bro, being a single mom is literally the hardest shit ever. Like, you cannot do anything. I literally got like one side of my weights wrecked at the gym because I tried to work out and they're calling me over the intercom to come get him literally after 5 minutes because he don't want to be with anybody but me because I'm the only person with him. But you literally just can't do anything. I'm literally so exhausted from work like 90% of the time, so I don't ever get to do like a good like real workout. And I got up trying to do a workout this evening and he don't even want to go.
Look at this. See, men are different. How don't you guys know that this is what's going to happen? How don't you know that this is what comes with this? We're not talking about something you just found out about a year ago. This has been going on for 50 years. You guys have been watching your auntie get destroyed by being a single mom. Her dating life gets destroyed by being a single mom. You guys have watched your sisters, your auntie, your moms, your girls you went to school with. You watched them get destroyed by becoming a single parent mom. We don't know how you keep doing it. We can't fathom. Why would you keep doing that?
To the kids club. This is like the third time I've tried to take him. He does not like to be with strangers, so it just makes it hard because I can't do anything. The only time I have help is when I'm working, but I can't ever do anything for myself. And the other parent just gets to do whatever they want.
You didn't know this? This is why we trip out. You didn't know this? You didn't know that this is how this turns out when you get pregnant and you're not married. When you get pregnant and you don't know for a fact that you have a partner to stick by your side. See, it'd be crazy if today, out of the blue, we saw it all over the news. Breaking news. There's a such thing called being a single mom. Man found in Idaho gets woman pregnant. The relationship, man in Idaho, a woman meets him at a club. She gets pregnant by him. She has to raise the child by herself, and it utterly causes her to stress out and break down. If we had have heard something like that today that you guys weren't aware of, okay. But we're talking about 50 years. You've been watching this take place with everybody you know for 50 years. And now you're acting like you're shocked that you're crying, that life is tough, that you can't function in life like you used to. I need a woman on all, there's 4 platforms going right now. Somebody come up and tell us how you guys keep falling for this. Because we don't know. We don't understand it. We don't understand it.
Literally whatever. You can go hang out with your friends. You can work out. You can complain about how tired you are. But like, look at my life. Like, look what I have to do every single day. I hate even complaining about this because my mom helps me a lot. And I have a nanny for my son twice a week, but that's while I'm working. I'm working 24/7 as an entrepreneur.
Listen, I want you guys to hear what she just said. My mom helps me out a lot. She said my mom helps me out a lot, right? She admits it. She said I also have a nanny, and she's still breaking down. This woman has a mom who's very supportive in her situation and a nanny, and it's destroying her. How come you guys don't know the weight of being a single parent mom, but men do? I want to show you something.
The fact that motherfuckers wait till you literally down bad, crashing out, literally, like, to act like they give a fuck about your ass. Like, motherfucker don't give a fuck literally until your ass dead in the casket. Literally, like. And
no, we don't care. I didn't get to share that nut with you the night that you had that man long stroking you. Why do I care? I look at you like you're a dummy. Listen, somebody's coming up here. Somebody's coming up here. Somebody's getting up here tonight. Y'all gonna explain this to me. And listen, soon as I was about to press this, my girl was right there. Somebody's gonna explain this to me. Somebody's gonna explain this to me. See, because I'm not beyond knowledge. I'm not beyond it. I prefer to get the shout out to my girl, Kana Speaks the Real, definitely in this situation, rocking out with us. There she is. What's going on, love?
You've been in LA too long.
Hey, boy, that turned Hollywood over here.
Time for you to move.
Listen,
I'm fine. How you doing, Stacey?
Life is good, and it's even getting better. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, this astounds men. It does, for real. We, matter of fact, let me do it like this so my Instagram people can hear. All right, Kanai, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so listen, I'm not a woman, but I know 100% the difficulties that would be associated with raising a child by myself. I'm talking about, I don't like even getting phone calls sometimes. I don't feel like talking on the phone sometimes, right? Listen,
man.
The TV can piss me off.
You a man, though. That's the difference.
Okay, so you're telling me it's not tough on women?
It is tough on women.
Okay, so my question to you is this. Like, what? Oh, I get what you were saying. Okay, I get that. Right. I get what you, from a logical perspective. We see it, and we're like, that looks like something that would be tough, right? For real. Kanai, this baby got nerve enough.
That was funny. That was so funny.
Listen, Kanai, I done just got off of work now, and I messed around, and I had all kind of things to do. I done just got off of work, right? I picked the kids up from daycare. I come home, I clean up the house. I gotta give them something to eat. Listen, Kanai, after I do all of that, it's time to sit the kids down. I'm exhausted. Let's talk about this baby at 4 o'clock in the morning crying and need the diaper changed. So what I'm saying is, Kanai, how are these women repeating this over and over and over? Like, I want you to hear something really quick. I just want you to hear this. You've seen this. I know you have.
Fact that motherfuckers wait till you literally down bad crashing out, literally, like, to act like they give a fuck about your ass. Like,
I don't even have to play that. I know you've seen it. So listen, what this woman is experiencing, it's all good because I acknowledge it. But my thing is, why somebody had to tell you you'd be stressed out by being a single mom? And that's the problem we have, Kanai. And I need you to give us some enlightenment. Like, it's got to be the highest level of mental illness. It has to be.
You know, Stacy, I was just having a conversation with my cousin yesterday, and he was telling me about a friend of his repeating the same stuff that you're talking about right now. Another woman, highly intelligent, smart, have money, make close to $100,000 a year. But guess what kind of man she got, right? Somebody who ain't worth her time. They still living in a dream. He could have been in the NBA once before and all this. So they remember when they used to be prom queens.
Right.
And Stacy, what you all have to really understand, and I know people don't agree because some people gonna say, well, I didn't have that, and I came and I turned out this way. But Stacy, when I tell you, you know what I'm getting ready to say.
I was about to say, I know what you're about to say.
When I tell you that these women have a father deficit. I know it's repetitive. I know I say it all the time. I know that it sounds like a broken record, but it's a record that I gotta keep playing because I know it's the truth.
We know it
Because
is.
we have not really comprehended the power of the Father and the love, Stacy, that they are crying out. They don't have no idea what it feels like to have that kind of love. They are looking for love in all the wrong places because they have an ideology or a thought created with their feelings as to what they believe a man is.
Got
But
you.
that man that they want and that they need, they crying out for that. They crying out for
That actually makes sense. It actually makes sense.
I'm telling you, Stacy. Look, let me tell you something, Stacy. When I tell you my mama had one job and she did it,
Hey, y'all got to hear this woman talk about her dad. Like, listen, this woman is at the point where I don't care what my mama did or what she gonna do. She did this thing right here. That picking a good man for a father, she did that thing right there.
look, let me tell you, I thank God because I don't know what I would do without that. I don't know where I would be, Stacy. I don't even know where I would be. I mistakes? Of course I made mistakes, but I still had my father.
You had that grounding. You were grounded.
And I had this love that is just, every time I know what it is that they're crying out for, and nobody can tell me different.
But listen, Kanai.
It is a hole that they're trying to fill, and they're trying to do it through everything else. So she's making excuses. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I got the kids. I'm doing that. I'm tired. I'm busting my this, and I'm going to work. I got my mama. I got that. So if none of that's a factor, Stacey, listen to me. If none of that matters, and all of that stuff, you got all that stuff, then what the heck is it?
Okay, so listen. Is this what you're saying?
Do the algebra.
Are you saying that these women crave what you had so bad to where if I can get him to get me pregnant, he'll stay around and I'll have what Kanai had?
Stacey, I have a video on my page with a woman telling her own son, don't leave my house so we can build our own family together. You understand? It is the man, baby. The man.
Hold on. You said she told her son that.
I got it on my page, Stacey. Tell Zero to go get it and send it to you. I got a video on my page with a woman pacing back and forth because her son is growing up and he said he wants to start his own family and start building himself as a man. She told him, don't leave. You can stay here. You got a basement. You got your own space. Just let me make it up to you and wait until we can build our own family. We got so much other things to do. This is what she telling her son.
God up in heaven above. And listen, can I check this out? Let's talk about all of the ones who ain't saying it out loud, but that's how they feel.
That's what it is, Stacey. But see, the thing about it is, we know how we got to interpret what they saying when they say, I don't need no man. I do all by myself. Da, 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 da. Oh, that's cold. Or I didn't have no daddy. I need some love. I've never felt it before. And check this out. Check this out. I was watching a court show, and I got this revelation because, you know, when I'm watching my stuff, I'll be listening for God to speak something to me. And he showed me, he said, that woman, it was a court case. He purposely took her daughter away from the father. But this is what I got out of that. He said, he doesn't want the child to experience the father because she didn't have one, and she does not want her to feel the love. Women destroy relationships with the daughters and the fathers too, because if she never had that and she sees that the man is offering love to the child,
Jealous.
she'll rip it away. And she will say, she'll be all right. Ain't nothing wrong with me. I did okay. I got my degree. I got my money. I'm okay. But really, you just like that fake Dr. Cheyenne Bryant running around here lying about her degree.
Okay, so what you're tying into this is, because what we're talking about is the difficulty of having a baby and why would you do it, but what you're tying into it is we know there's not the 100% portion of it, but you're tying in the percentage where I'm a single mom, I done lost myself, I'm older in age, I need somebody, and have that baby to be her son husband. That's the portion of it you're tying to it.
Right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But don't you know, until that boy gets old enough to express his love back to you, you're going to be going through some of that stuff that's got these women crashing out. You're going to be changing the diaper at 3 a.m. And listen, let's talk about this part, Kanai, because I agree with what you're saying, but I believe also there's a couple of different demographics of women who are moving like that, because we also have the women who they ain't even studying them kids. I'm a hoe. I got 3 ninjas sneaking up my stairs every week.
Let me tell you where that come from. It's still, Stacey, when y'all get this, there's a song that Betty Wright wrote, and it's called "Ladies, You Can't Do What the Guys Do and Still Expect to Be Treated Like a Lady." See, anytime a woman wants to do something, she always looking at a man and pick out the worst part of that man that she could become.
Hold on. Say that. Say it exactly. Say that one more time.
Anytime a woman, when she want to do something, I'ma get back. It's gonna be, I'ma do what I want to do. They always reflect on the type of behavior that's coming from a man, right? That's not good behavior. They always choose the worst part of a man.
Right.
The bad men that they have around them because they ain't had nothing good, but they always choose to be like that. So that attitude that you're talking about, guess where it comes from? Because what they believe that men do and how men are is that I can do what I want to do. I don't have to be here with my kids. I
Right.
can have a child by you and leave. So
Right.
guess what they do? That's their way of saying I ain't gotta be here to take care of the kids either. Because they believe that they're taking on a behavior that men model after or model. So they model after the men, those men that are not of good quality, and do what they do. So they'll leave the kids for 2 weeks in the house and let the 11-year-old baby take care of the 6-year-old, get them dressed and go to school. That just happened. They'll do that because they are mad at y'all. They are upset that they laid down with the man that impregnated and left. So what they're thinking is, well, if he can do it and he don't have no worries, well, I don't have to do it either. I'm gonna be just like that. I'm telling you what it is.
I mean, can I listen? What you're saying, there has to be significant amount of truth to what you're saying, because what we're seeing today, a person, it'd be impossible to accidentally be demonstrating this behavior. You couldn't even do this on accident.
Why do you think women don't want to? Let me tell you something, Stacey. Why do you think women do not want to be at home and they rather be at work? Do you really just think it's because I want to have my own money and I want to make my own success? And I'm not saying that some of that ain't ingenuine. But I'm going to tell you the real reason. Because they are worried about every little step you making, you outside that door, wondering what the hell you doing.
You talking about when they got a man?
When they got a man in the house,
Yep.
or whatever the case may be. Because I'm telling you,
I've heard about that.
Stacey, they don't want to be in the house now. It don't have nothing to do with just building the family. I'm not saying that that's not accurate. I'm telling you the inside stuff that women talk about, that women know that I ain't trying to be at home. He doing whatever he want to do. He at work. He working. You know what you got to tell your girlfriend, Stacey? Girl, leave that man alone. He a good man. He at work. He working. Nah, girl, he always outside. He working. Nah, girl, he always talk about.
We see those memes on TikTok. We be seeing that stuff on TikTok.
Stacey, so guess what? Now the women don't want to be in the house.
Give me a second, can I? Shout out to Israel dropping bombs over here with the $50 cash app.
They said they lost you on YouTube.
They lost me on YouTube.
That's what the brother just said. He said we lost you on YouTube.
Somebody said something like that earlier. What's good? Hey,
Program Israel said we lost you on YouTube, brother.
Hey, YouTube, give me a thumbs up if we're rocking. If the audio and visual is good, give me a thumbs up. Mic check, mic check. Everything seems to be good over here. Give me a thumbs up if, and I saw somebody over here said that. Give me a thumbs up if everything is good. Maybe it didn't go through, but let me salute my people one more again. Shout out to Israel over here. Okay. That's what's good.
psychology. I'm telling you what it really is, Stacey.
Oh, okay,
It's
so
a fear.
I know what you're saying is true because I know of women, not just with me. I know of women with my cousins and other of my homeboys. A woman to call off work just to come chill with him and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Want to make sure, you know what I mean, that their spot is reserved and things like that. I'm talking about while she's at work. Talking about I'm gonna come home. I'm gonna come home early. You know what I mean? We'll see what the niggas are up to. You know what I'm saying? But listen, here's where the monkey wrench comes in, Kanai. Most educated. Now, see, as we start developing, Kanai, now we supposed to be able to more clearly see the decisions that we're making, the damage that they're capable of doing. So which is it? Are you the most educated? But when it comes to real serious life outside of working degrees and stuff, you're ignorant when it comes to that stuff. You're ignorant to being a three-time baby mama. Like, come on now. What is it?
It's the absence of a man.
But Kanai, they still got to be able to see the damage that they doing to their own life. Men don't want you when you got 3 kids by 3 different men. You're destroyed. Listen, okay, so check this out. I agree with what you just said. They said it's static. Oh, I appreciate you guys for keeping it real. They said it's static in the background. I appreciate that caramel bombshell. Is it better? Give me a thumbs up if it's better. I know what it was. Biggs in the building. So listen, let's talk about it then. If it's all about a man, then I should know if I keep having these kids, I will have to settle for less quality men if I keep having kids. I'm messing up my dating value. I want a man, but I'm thinking that you should be able to look around. You've been talking, I've been talking, Miss Brandy been down there rocking out with us, the late great Kevin Samuels, right? This information is out there. When you bust yourself up and your body count is about the size of the Sears Tower, men frown on that. So I agree with everything that you're saying, 100%. But what part of that factors into, okay, I do want a man. I'm willing to, do this and that, even neglect my household about a man. But how don't you know that when you having these multiple children by multiple men, shooting your body count up through the roof, how don't you know that you're destroying your dating value? So how come you're not thinking about that even?
You know why? Because society won't allow them to know that. Because you got his name is simp. Yep. And as long as you got a simp, and as long as you got males that entertain them, and they got a lot of them out there, that's why. They're not gonna see, that's why Kevin Samuel said there is nothing you could do to save a hyena.
100%.
And what y'all need to do, this is what he said. He said, what y'all need to do is leave those women alone.
100%. 1,000.
Pay no attention. See, y'all don't understand a woman. Just a little bit of attention. If you just give me a little bit of attention, you don't know where I'm at in my life, Stacey. If you give me a little bit of attention, I will imagine you being my husband the next day or the next second.
Listen, let me interrupt you really quick. I'm going to tell you what I'm getting at everything that you're saying. It's going to always revert. Every pivot and turn of this conversation, I'm coming to you, Green Eye Beauty. Every pivot and turn of this conversation has reverted right back to the initial thing that you said, the father. If she had have had the love of that man, then this little bit of attention I'm giving her, she wouldn't really even be that impressed about that.
Yeah, and I'm talking about, and you know what I'm about to say. I'm not talking about no scent daddy. Because they have reared and raised some girls that is out to lunch.
Right.
Some of them are hyenas. I'm talking about the dad that teaches accountability.
Yeah.
The dad that teaches you that just because you're my little girl don't mean that I'm going to give you everything you want. He will destroy that entitlement attitude in a minute. The man that teaches you responsibility, the man who teaches you to be yourself, the man who teaches you how to love and be feminine, the man who teaches you that you have got to behave a certain way and have self-respect, because if you don't, a man can go upside your head. The man, okay? The man that is no nonsense, he's serious about his daughter. And he's going to teach her to set herself apart from the rest. My father always told me, don't be like nobody else. Don't be like nobody else. Don't be like, if my father heard one of my friends cussing, or if he saw me dressing like one, what are you doing? You're not doing that. Let me tell you something. A friend? What you mean a friend? You ain't got no friends. I got one friend all my life. He been my friend before you got here on this planet. I've been friends with him 30 years. You be lucky to get one friend. See, my daddy used to talk to me like that. And that is how you learn that in this life, you're going to learn what's good and what's bad. My daddy didn't make me believe that there was somebody out there that was just everybody is perfect. No, he said that there's good men and there's bad men. Why do I got to blame every man and for what one man did, but and you got a thousand good men over here, and you blaming one.
Right.
That's ridiculous. But the mothers are the problem, because the mothers are the ones that's perpetuating this madness
1,000%
into their daughters, and they just keep perpetuating it. And now if you ask a 19, even an 8th grade girl, do you want to be married? No. Why? I'd rather have a baby first than to be married. What did they say on the documentary, The Vanishing Black Family?
I saw that.
The girls at that time was between 18 and 22 years old.
Said I don't need the man.
There you go. I'll mute. I'll mute on that.
Green-eyed beauty.
Hey, how are you?
Life is amazing. Tell me how your night is going.
It's going good. Yours?
Everything is good. I'm blessed. Tell me what you're thinking.
I was sitting up here. I've just been listening, and one thing I heard her say was about the women always listen to their friends, the reason why they do certain things. And I disagree with that, because we all are individuals with our own individual minds. So it all goes back to how strong you are in order to walk this world by yourself. You can't, just because my friends say, oh girl, this, that, and the other, and you say, well, he working, that ain't gonna make me go outside because I feel like he's outside. I can't let my friends influence my life, because we all know bad influences will take you under. So I feel like a lot of women out here that's having all these babies, doing what they want to do, it's not a man, it's they want to do it. It's an excuse to do what they want to do all their time.
Hold on, real quick. I like that. I like that you said that too, because sometimes something that we always been wanting to do, we really only just need a little nudge in the right direction to do that thing that we always been wanting to do. But I want to say this to you. I agree with some of what you said, but there's some of what you said that I can prove dictionary-wise factually wrong. They show us, where do you think, outside of the house, where do you think children learn the majority of their stuff? School. Listen,
yes.
Kanai's an influencer. I'm an influencer. Do you know what they pay influencers for that one word, influence? It's beyond powerful. And then it got nerve enough to be a girl who, you done been laid right here, right next to me, one man on top of me, another man. This how tight we is. We done laid in the same bed and had sex with brothers before. That's my girl. You think I'm not going to listen to some of the stuff she say? And listen, let's get rid of that. It doesn't even have to be that close, because these women are being influenced by people they've never met. Cynthia G. Sheba 7. The influence is so massive that they're giving Yada Awakening, Derek Jackson, Chris Perry money So I'm telling you right now, what Kanai said, that thing can be proven factual. Your peers are listen. My peers influence me. I hang around men who dress a certain way. I hang around men who are fit, and they pull me to the side like, bro, listen, we getting this money, but listen, we got to get our bodies too. It's most definitely, I'll say it's probably about 80% of the influence of their friends. You disagree?
You know what we used to call it though, Stacey? I agree with it. They do. A lot of people do pressure.
Yeah, we used to call it peer pressure.
Yeah, it's called peer pressure. But my thing is, you got to just be smart. I'm gonna say this: growing up in the time that I was growing up, I can say I was not one of the people that was influenced in the negative way. I had females that would skip school just to go sleep around with boys. I had females that would leave the school to go smoke weed. I had females that did everything under the sun, but that didn't influence me to give my body away. That didn't influence me to smoke no weed. That didn't influence me to leave the school.
I respect
because I
that.
knew I needed my education. I knew my parents, what they expected of me and out of me. So if you check my background, they'll tell you that that girl was a sanctified child.
Oh, okay, hold on, real quick.
Went to church.
I noticed you said something in the plural. You said my parents. Did you not?
Yeah.
So that means you know who your father is.
Yes.
That means you had a relationship with your father.
Yeah, my father was in the home.
It goes right directly back to everything. And I want to ask you this to put a cherry on top of that. Everything that you just said is commendable. I commend you, right? Because you sound like more of an asset to the black community than the opposite. But the question is this. Now I want you to answer this. How you move, how you're not easily influenced, and how you decided to go the opposite of all of the influences that your girlfriends did. What percentage of people would you say move like that and are that disciplined? What percentage? Let's relegate this down to the black community. What percentage of African American women would you say have the ability, the discipline, and the fortitude to stand firm like you did?
Say probably 5%.
Exactly. Exactly. Listen, hold on. What percentage? Hold on real quick. Hold on. One more thing. What percentage of people in the African American community do you believe even grew up in the house with their father?
I'm gonna say 5% again.
Okay, it's around 20, 25. But now I want to touch this real quick. Who you are on a scale of 1 to 10, you being able to refrain from all of the temptations and things like that, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much would you say your father contributed to you being able to be the person you are?
I'm gonna say at least my father contributed 80%.
Sweetie, do you see what you're saying?
Yes.
Yeah, listen, it goes right back to everything Kanai was saying. I don't think you know the power that you came into this world with. You came into this world with an atom bomb, sweetie, that most people in the black community don't have. I have daddy issues. It will break you. And I do understand, like Kanai was talking about, how a woman could be laying with men looking for the type of love that she was told fathers give. You think some of these women wasn't best friends and walked to school every day with one of their girlfriends who had a dad in the house, and she used to hear that dad tell her best friend, hey, I know you're not going out the house like that. She used to see that dad give her best friend lunch money. It creates a yearning for this. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm, true.
Talk to me, Kanai.
Oh no, absolutely. I mean, you have to walk. Sometimes you got to walk people through there to see that. What I was saying though, I'm not saying that the friend part that was not my statement. I was riding on the point that the man in a girl's life and a boy's life. I'm talking about women right now. I'm trying to give an example and paint the picture of why this woman that's behind Stacy right now on the video that he was playing, where that really is deep. Because the reason why I came up here, Stacy, is because of what you said. You were saying the girl said she got a mama that's helping and a nana that's helping and all these other things, but she's not telling the truth. The truth is that I have all these things, but that ain't what I want. What I wanted was a man. That's what it is. We lie about that because we've been taught as a black woman, you don't need a man. You can do without the man. You got your education. You bad. You bad. You know you bad. But you bad and you're single. You bad and you old and you living alone and you on life alert.
Yep.
You understand? This is not the truth that they're telling. They're telling you all they're doing is giving you surface. No woman in her right mind, nobody. Not even men. That's why you ain't never heard no man say,
I don't need no woman.
and you would never hear it.
Ever.
But the woman has become so super powerful and so super independent and so super godlike that she don't even need nobody. But when she really start getting down to it, when that cake start falling off, she'll take her sons and make him stay at home and control his life so that she keep him.
100%.
You want to know why some
100%.
of your husbands can't stay home with your wives? Because you had mothers that needed you. See, it goes deep. It is a man that is supposed to be there. Because you know what the Bible say? Let me tell you what the Bible say. God said because of the fall and because of our disobedience as the woman that we would be desiring a man.
Yep.
He didn't say a husband. Man. The man that you will be desiring. And we lie. Oh, I don't need no man. But be sitting there with a whole drawer full of Adam and Eve toys.
You say Adam and Eve
like
toys? Listen, I got a question.
Just saying.
I got a question I got a question for both of y'all. Mm-hmm. Well, no, because Green Eye Beauty, I don't even think you are aware of it yet. Kanai, I got a question for you. I have heard, and you know, it affected my life. Like, I have heard how you spoke about your dad. So my question to you is, not having been one of the people who had to go without that, how are you so aware of how going without that is affecting all of these women? Because I know the solution to the problem because I did have it. Yep. I know that if she said 5%, shoot, if 50% of us would have had it. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. If they mamas would have just did one thing right, just one thing right, we wouldn't even be here. We could have maintained that 80 to 70% we had in the 50s and the 60s. 1,000%. 1,000%. Listen, Kanai, that thing that you always say is so powerful. I think it needs to be on shirts. It needs to be manufactured somehow. Because you talking about my book? No. This is so simple that if you see it and if it turns into a campaign, it can start to resemble the solution to everybody who sees it. She got that one thing right. Just, hey, ladies, you can party, you can drink, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this, but get that one thing right for that child, that one thing. Pick that kid. Not an amazing, not a perfect, a decent father. Yep. Because like I tell people this, see, the woman that already has the marriage, she got divorced, or maybe she have children with somebody,
At that point, Stacy, he really ain't even looking for no husband.
Hold on. Who are you talking about?
I'm talking about women.
Which woman? Which type of woman?
The type of woman that got that divorce, she got those kids with her, and now she ain't got a man around. You see what I'm saying? The single mama, she got that man around. Now she started looking for somebody that is responsible. She looking for a man that's responsible, but she really not looking for a man for herself. She looking for a man for her children.
I don't believe that they care enough about the kids to be intentional about looking for a placeholder.
I'm gonna tell you why. This is what I'm gonna tell you why. Because let me bring you down a little bit more so you can see this. See, like I said earlier, a sucker's born every minute. And that's why the men are starting to not wanting to be stepfathers anymore. Because if the man who was the stepfather come up here, he'll tell you he took care of the kids. He cooked for them, he cleaned for them, he paid the bills, he sent them through school, he did everything. That's what she was looking for. One guy came up on the panel the other day and said, I married somebody, I was 19 and she was 25. She already had 3 sons. This man said that this woman had 3 sons when he was 19 years
what
old.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
Yes, and guess what he said? Guess what he said, Stacey? I'm bringing this stuff up out the ground so y'all could see it. He said that woman went into the military, and guess what she did? Left them children.
I promise I was about to say, I know you're not about to say it.
and you know what he said? He said he was. Now, he changed it up because he know he lied, but I ain't no fool. I wasn't born yet. He blamed it on he said he was drinking. But he said he was drinking because he had children that she left with him, and he started drinking, and it started getting bad because the boy was getting out of hand. But then he said that he was drinking beforehand, like when they met in the club, but he said it progressed time, and he had alcohols in his family. Whatever you want to say, brother, you were not just drinking. You wasn't drinking because the boys were getting worse. Your behind was drinking because she left.
That woman left. I can see that 100%.
On cross seas doing whatever she wanted to do. While I'm telling you that they still look for a man. See, it's always something is going to be attached to a man. They keep trying to decenter you. It's impossible.
Give me a second. Can I? Green Eye Beauty.
Yes.
Are you in a relationship right now?
No.
Tell me why.
Okay, why my husband passed away.
Sorry to hear that.
Just gonna be open and honest. The men that's out here now, too old for games, too old for bull crap. So hey, I'm okay right now.
How long have you been okay? Meaning single?
Single 5 years.
Sweetie, you're not okay. You think that for real?
Listen. The reason why I say I'm okay is because, and I'm just going to be honest, I may be single, but I'm not lonely. I may be alone, but I'm not lonely.
Okay.
The love that me and my husband carried with each other, for each other, and within each other, it's enough love to last me.
I can rock with that. That's the only time I can rock with a statement like that. But listen. You still need a protector, especially in the times that we're living in right now. And I want to say this. Hold on. I want to say this. Hold on. I was about to say something about losing weight, but you don't appear that is your profile picture right?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay. So the reason I was about to say something about weight is because, listen, there's plenty of good men out here. It's about the individuals who can capture them. Men don't typically see something amazing and take off running in the opposite direction. So if you believe, and from the things that you've said, okay, so let me ask you this. If I were to talk to the last man you dated, name one thing that he would say, you're not a horrible person, but name one thing that he would say, kind of rubs him the wrong way about you. Is it your mouth? You got to have the last word? Or what is it?
I'm a questionable person. I ask questions.
Gotta have the last word. Okay, so give me a second. Kanai.
Yes.
I'm gonna ask you a question. From your experience dating. And I'm not talking about just asking a question when you don't understand something. I think I know what she really means. Like, how do you think men feel about that type of energy? Like, pretty much gotta have the last word.
That's a turnoff.
It's a turnoff. Because listen, if you were raised with your dad and you sound like a stable woman, you sound like a woman who might not have went through a crazy body count and things like that, you have all of the components to be able to grab a decent man. There's something, and it's not God, it's not the universe, there's something about you that's making it a little bit more complicated. Do you disagree with that?
Who you talking to, me?
No, Miss Green Eye Beauty.
Okay, you're talking to me.
No, Green Eye Beauty. Because listen, I'm looking at your profile picture. You don't appear to be overweight. You seem to have a petite build. And it sounds like you have your bearings together. Were raised the way that men prefer a woman be raised. It's something, because listen, with all of the ratchet ghetto black culture behavior that we see in black women, the black women I have dated have been angels sent from God. I don't have any of those horror stories because of how I'm moving, because of what I'm bringing to the table. And any woman who said that there's not really a pool of good men out there, there's something about her that's keeping her from attracting the caliber of men that are the good men. They say that we run past, just going to the grocery store, walking, going to work, we cross paths with 50,000 people per year, just randomly. Cut that in half. 25,000 of them are men. You're not going to tell me that you've crossed paths with 20,000 men, 25,000 men, and not been able to compel one of them to say, I want her. And there's not something about you that's responsible for that.
I'm not saying it's not.
Okay, yes, I could go with that. Long as you're willing to admit.
My thing is this. Just gonna be honest. Men don't like women that's not needy. For some reason, most men want a needy woman for some reason. If they feel like there's nothing they can give you or do for you, it's a problem.
But let me say something. Let me interrupt you. I think you're using the wrong word. I understand the word that you're using. I don't think it's needy. It's desired. Yes, men desire to be desired. Or what the hell am I doing here? It is my job. Listen, it is my job to be doing things for you. But and I'm going to tell you where this thing can be nuanced. A lot of women who are accomplished and say that they're independent and they can do all of the things by themselves, and I'm not talking about you, but a woman is still supposed to be sensible enough to where even if you crack the lid off of the pickle jar, tighten that lid back up and say, baby, can you come do this for me?
Right, and I get that. But what I'm saying is this, right? This is what I'm saying. I'm not saying that there's nothing you can do for me. But if I'm already where I'm at in life, hey, I ain't asking you for nothing. I ain't asking you to do nothing. I don't need you to do nothing. If you feel like you want to do something, then you saying you don't want a man to be the man then.
100%. That's what it sounds like to me.
Hold on. Stop right there. Because you are doing that.
No.
Hold on. Green Eyes, I want you to listen real quick, and I'm going to give you the microphone.
Yes, you might not think that that's not what you're doing. You might not even see that, but that's what you're doing to a man. You got a man sitting right there. I'm going to let him talk because he's a man. That's exactly what you're doing.
I don't want no woman like that. If you don't need me, then what are we doing?
Yeah, you don't need him for nothing. That goes in the bucket with I don't need a man. Men don't want to hear that they're not needed.
Yeah.
Listen, and that's what I'm trying to tell you.
And that's it. Hold on, sister. You gotta learn something today. Because what you're doing is, if you do want to be with somebody, what you're doing is you might not even see the fault that you are projecting here.
And I think that's what's happening
from you. And it may not be the man. You might have it together. But just because you're at a certain place in your life, you never stop becoming and being a lady. You always supposed to be a lady. You always supposed to be feminine. You always stay in your role. So if he want to come in there and take the trash out, if he want to do whatever he want to do, that's y'all business. Allow it. Let him be.
I agree.
Let him be. Because let me tell you something. With the one thing in my book club that I tell women all the time, the one thing that we can't do is change a man. You got to accept the man, and then you got to appreciate the man, and then you got to adore the man. Because if you don't do those things, you will. It's almost like taking the gas out of a car.
I need you guys to get these thumbs up. Let's go.
Take gas out the car.
We got close to 100 people in here. Rock with me like I rock with you.
We do this to our sons.
Let's get those likes up. Hit that thumbs up button on my day ones and stay ones.
I'm just trying to get you to understand that, because, and you had a daddy, so you should know this. When you have that type of attitude and you think that way, and you might be feeling like, I don't want him to have to do all that, and you might be meaning a good heart about it, but change that, because men want to do. I tell my auntie all the time, she got a man right now. She's been having this man in her life for 40 years, and I'm telling her, why don't you call your friend and have him take you to the grocery store? I don't want him to do that. He don't have to do that. I'm like, he would love to do it though. He be waiting for you to call him and ask him to do. Utilize him.
Sweetie, I really need you to listen to what I really need you to listen to what she's saying right now. Just even if you don't agree with it, and I'm gonna give you the microphone after, but I need you to listen.
I'm like, auntie, you ain't no spring chicken no more. You need that man over here. We up here bringing up cases of water. I said, you better call that man. Call him. I don't want to call him because she got her stuff too. She was a branch manager for 40 years, got her money in Playa del Rey. Auntie lived great. But she got the same mentality. And I told her, I said, Auntie, you ain't no spring chicken no more. And this man is fine. At the age they had, they both look good. But he's a good looking man. But he's so helpful. Oh, I don't want to bother him like that. I don't want to do. I said, do it.
Listen,
waiting.
Monica said that's masculine, and it is a form of masculinity. You telling me, okay? So, Miss Green Eyes, I want to ask you a question, and I just want two. Just give me two, and we can go biblical. Name me two of man's purposes when it comes to a relationship. The big ones, the most important ones. We hear it all the time.
Protect and provide.
Okay, sweetie, if God put it in my DNA to be programmed to protect and provide, but I lock in with a woman who does not need the aspects of which I was created, what the hell can we do? He created me for this. First, he created me to worship him, right? But when it comes to family rearing, I am biologically hardwired to be used. But you telling me you don't need me.
No, listen. See, y'all didn't let me finish, but
go ahead.
This how it went. Like, each guy I have indulged in conversation with, it's like the first guy, like, me and him was like off and on, and it went on for like 3 years. And he wanted to come stay. So I said, okay. So after I said, okay, he was like, well, what can I do with this? What can I do with that? I'm like, I don't need none of it. I already got everything in my house. So that's where the odds came at with me and him. He was like, well, there's nothing I can do for you. There's nothing I can give you. So that's what I'm saying. He got mad at me because it wasn't nothing that I needed from him in order for him to move in.
Well, I mean, that's not the only thing, because you've dated a couple of other men, and somehow those. And listen, here's what I'm going to tell you. This is factual. This is factual. If you look back at your past 3 relationships, I promise you, there's something within you that is a portion of responsible for why each of them didn't work. I'm not saying the men wasn't in the wrong too. They didn't do anything wrong. But what I'm telling you is, I'm listening to you right now. But it's almost like you're not listening to us, right? I understand everything that you're saying, but I'm still throwing this at you. I don't care if you got the lid off of that pickle and you're about to pull the pickle out of it. Put that pickle back in there, tighten that lid back up, and say, babe, can you come do this for me? There's a part of this dating thing that is a part of the game. There's a part of this thing that is a game, right? And I don't mean the disrespectful term as a game. I'm talking about the part where you gotta do a little something. I don't care if you already had the lid off. A car needs gasoline or electricity. A man needs to feel needed. Or why the hell do I ever have to go in that phone booth as Clark Kent and come out as Superman? You're actually stunting my powers. You're stunting my growth and you're stunting my powers. If I never get, imagine if Superman moved to a town where there was never any crime. We wouldn't need Superman.
That's good, Stacey. That's good.
Absolutely.
Good.
Listen, I'm not ashamed to say this. We do need to be needed. Men need to be needed. And society has this thing, even the government, they are a part of this too. Society has this thing where men don't have feelings and things like this. Listen, are you crazy? You think we don't have feelings? I'm gonna jump off of this really quick and say something to all of the women. Women, this even goes to the extent of all of you who like men doing things. We see it all over social media, and we know some of you in real life. I want a man to do this. I want a man to do that. However, those gifts that we give you, those trips that we take you on, that gas money we send you through Cash App for no reason. Did you know that men like things done for them sometimes too?
Absolutely, they do.
But then what happens is we don't want them to do nothing for us, but then we doing everything for them, and that's the masculine part. That's the masculine part of the black woman that we got real bad.
Let me ask y'all this question, since we asking questions, right? Do y'all know of any women that will actually pay for a date?
Yes.
I was about to say, they got very, very profitable websites behind this.
Yeah.
Listen, I know you know what I'm talking about. They had that one thing that got busted and shut down to where that's what the whole website was about. It was like women who, hey, listen, basically sugar mama type stuff. And they want the boyfriend experience. In some cases, we don't even have to have sex. Go places with me, come over my house and chill. Yes. We are biologically wired, sweetie, to need each other. And that's why you see the destruction and the utter disgust that is inside the veins of a lot of black women today, because you are operating 4,000 miles outside of your biology. Your biology dictates you are supposed to yearn for a man. You are supposed to have a man. But we got women running around here talking about, we got cars running around here talking about, I don't need no gas. That's crazy. And listen, and we can see what the repercussions of these women not having this essential component in their lives. We can see it, right?
Yep.
Every aspect of nature suggests that families need a leader. And I'm going to say this. Turbulence, people. Women cannot lead the families adequately like men. They actually fail. Majority of women who try to raise children, they fail. Majority. That is why you see the product shooting out from between these women's legs that you see. They're coming out, and they're the type of men who are taking Tupac's life, taking Nipsey Hussle's life. This is what we're breeding, but I guarantee you, that boy that took Nipsey Hussle's life, I guarantee you he didn't have an active father in his life. That man was most likely raised by a single parent mom. The boy that killed Tupac, I bet you that man didn't come from no Cosby home. And that's what I'm letting you know. That leadership that society has programmed you guys to say, I don't need him, it is decimating you. The longer you are without a man, the more broken you become. Because if you had a man in your house, Now, I'm not tripping on you going out with Cheryl, but you really think you going out dressed like that? You don't know what that man's leadership just saved you from. That same lounge that y'all was finna go to. Had you been allowed to go with what you had on, man, Mike would have grabbed a bull. Mike would have did this. The leadership is not optional. It's essential. Thriving at last.
Hi there, Stacy. How are you?
Tell me how your night is going.
You know, I'm enjoying some ice cream with my daughter. Can't get any better than that. Get to hang out with you guys.
I know that's right. Give me a second. I'm coming right back to you. ZF.
Oh, yes, sir. How you doing?
Shout out to my brother ZF rocking out with me. What's going on with you, good brother?
Oh, you know why I'm here. It's my break time.
Do your thing. Do your thing.
So, for those of y'all who don't know me, I'm one of the moderators here. There are over 70 people in here, and we just hit 10,000 likes. This show should be at 30,000 right now.
100%.
So, let's tap the screen, y'all. Because I went 8 dinner, came back, and I was still the number 2 contributor. Come on, y'all. Y'all. I'm not even gonna be up here long because the Dodgers are on. So, you know what it is. But I'm just saying, unless I really don't like to turn off the comments, but I will if we don't get to 30K real fast.
ASAP Rocky.
And also, for those of y'all that like to come in here with your little low-key insults and your little backhanded compliments and whatever the fuck else, you will be muted immediately. I am the zero fucks experience. I do not care.
Thriving at last.
Yes, sir.
Talk to me. What's your thoughts on the show? What we kind of, the premise of what we're talking about, right? Well, I'm going to jump away from that because where we're at right now. Are you in a relationship right now?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, how important do you believe? Well, I like to say it like this. I love saying it like this, actually, because the core of this show, in case anybody doesn't know, the core, the most important fundamentals of this show is 2 people getting together and architecting the best possible outcome for 2 people's lives in the later years of your life. When your immune system starts to break down, when you get into that car accident and the leg has, when they find that lump in the breast, when we start to decline. You people need a life partner. I don't like using that word partner, but you need somebody, which is how God created this thing, for life. Now, my question to you is, on a scale of 1 to 10, where you're at right now in life, how important is a life partner?
I think the best way I can answer this, given my situation, would be to say that I do believe in the institution of marriage. I do believe in that.
Scale of 1 to 10, how important is a life partner?
I would say it's a 10 for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Especially if you are, the right person. Definitely a 10. 2 are better than 1 always.
Okay. So I noticed that you said I noticed that you said, especially if you are the right person. Do you have your father in your life? Did you grow up with him in your life?
Unfortunately, I did not grow up with my father.
Or a father figure?
Yeah, I had a father figure. I grew up with a village of men around me. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this thing, and I acknowledge what you said, because of course there's bad men out there. There's bad pit bulls, there's good pit bulls, right? We hear this often, especially if he's the right man, things like that. Did you know that was well within your control? It's in a great deal of your control what caliber of man that you end up with. Are you aware of that?
It is, yeah, sure, it is. But also, people do change too. Don't forget, people change. Life pressures change people, circumstances, environments. Things happen, right?
Right.
Illnesses.
And that's just life, though. That's just life. But what I'm saying is the entryway, it is well within your power to make sure you have a better man than the one who's whipping Serena's ass. The one who's already brought her four STDs back. And here's why I asked you, did you have a father figure in your life? There is a strategy that can significantly increase the odds of your dating outcomes. And what we tell people, if you are interested in somebody, if you guys have already started talking, even if you have to sponsor it, even if you have to pay for it, you need to take this man who's been vying for your time and your attention, take that man, introduce him to your stepfather or whoever it is. Not only that, I'm talking about you need to tell your stepfather, your uncle, or whoever that man is in your life who you respect and who you know for a fact this person loves you and wants to see your life turn out well. If you have to, sponsor the bowling trip for him and that guy who's interested in you. Not once. Listen, and that guy who's interested in you, also take him off to the barbecue that your family's having. And tell your uncle to pull him to the side or whatever. See, because you guys, especially if we've already hit, if we've touched you correctly, you guys have the propensity to walk in the room, see that man have another woman bent over, and you cuss him out. And he say, I didn't do nothing. I seen you with another woman. No, you didn't. Okay, maybe I didn't. But guess who that doesn't work on? Men. You guys have no business picking your own men. Do you disagree with that?
I come from a culture where that's how it's done.
So
Yeah.
how come you're not locked down right now then?
You don't remember me, do you?
Probably not. Give me a hint.
Well, I'm a widow, just like Green next to me. So
How long have you been?
3.5 years.
Listen, people say I've been single for 3.5 years. You know what I call it? You've been unprotected for 3.5 years. Like, if I don't know how many of you guys are paying attention to what's going on, especially in America. It's any day now. It's any day now. I got on ChatGPT yesterday, and I incorporated Chud, the builder, the AI data facilities that is drastically using up 50 million gallons of water a day and a threat to our fresh drinking water. I got on Grok yesterday, and I asked it, with all of the racism that is flourishing on social media, I said, with things surrounding by Chud, the builder, I said with AI data centers, and I said with the controversies surrounding the current president, I said, how many of the elements that are required to cause civil war or civil unrest are in place? And it says, Stacey, that's actually a good question. It's not as far-fetched as you believe. We can wake up any morning. Listen, did you know white supremacist groups are marching right now? They just busted some over in Canada. They're doing training drills coming from Canada to America. They're doing training drills. People are trying to kick off a race war. You're unprotected in the event that anything happens. Do you disagree with that?
Well, you're talking to a woman of faith. The Most High protects me.
Did you know the Most High said 2/3 of the population will be destroyed? The Most High also, in the scriptures, the Most High goes into detail that it's going to get so bad, you will look for death and you will not be able to find it.
Absolutely, that's what he said. Well, then, that's where we're headed. 100% start is that we're all gonna not live. So you can't live your life.
No. Some people are going to survive. And I bet you it's going to be the majority are going to people who have a life partner. People like to listen, hold on. People like to bring up the Most High and things like that. But they don't want to do what he said because the Most High said you're supposed to be somebody's wife. And I'm not saying you didn't. I'm just letting you know that it sounds like you're allowing justification for you being single to continue going on and on and on because I'm protected by the Most High.
No, I've already been married. How many husbands does a woman supposed to have? One, according to the word of God, is supposed to be one. But once
until he dies.
Yeah, until he dies. I was just finna say that, and then you will be able to remarry.
Yes, and listen, you already told me on a scale of 1 to 10, the importance level of having a life partner is a 10. So what are you talking about?
Yeah, but here's the thing too. You don't lose a spouse and then jump into the dating. You have
It's
to
been 3 years.
Well, it could have been 10. I'm not quite ready. It could be 20. It might be 25.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
I can't push it up on you. Your thing is your thing. Green Eye Beauty, what's your thoughts on that?
I'm gonna just say to her, you need to, if you believe in the Most High, baby, believe me, He'll heal you. You need to go sit, get in your prayer closet, and pray to God for healing in your heart,
Yes.
heal your mind, wash your soul, and clean your spirit. Because you done went into the depression of missing your husband so much until you don't want to let nobody in. I've been there, done it. But after I prayed and talked to God, I have dated somebody. But in the end, it didn't work out, so it is what it is. So all I tell you, baby, just come out of that. Come out. He's not coming back. He'll never be back. So just, I can't tell you how to grieve and mourn because it is a process, and it's a long process. But you gotta get over the hump.
And listen, I believe this. We often hear, and I'm not talking about this situation. I'm talking about when we hear women saying, "We'll fit in this situation, rocking out with us." We often hear women say, "I'm in my healing stage. I'm in this. I'm in that." I often tell women, "Do you have any clue how the right man can expedite your healing process? Do you know how dope it is to look over there on that couch and just say something ignorant and my significant other laugh about it? Do you know what that does to the soul? Do you know how dope it is to be 20 minutes before getting off the clock and you all giddy over here, goofball like a child, can't wait to get home to that person that's what..." See, America has done a thing to us. It just truly has. America has done a thing. The most essential components to our life, we have been tricked and bamboozled into believing are, And listen, that's why we see, I'll even go a step further. Somebody name me the most masculine group of women.
The white women, they started all of this.
But they had sense enough to go back to their men.
But that don't mean they went back. That don't mean they went back to be submissive and not be masculine either. Because you got Gloria Steinfeld.
Hold on.
Steinem.
Go ahead.
Gloria Steinem was the feminist that led some of this. She was married. As a matter of fact, she was married to Batman's father, Christian Bale. Mm-hmm. She was married to him, but she was a full-blown feminist.
I don't believe that there's nobody in no aspect of America.
White women are masculine. Y'all just fail to see it. Y'all think about
it. No, hold on.
Hold
on. When I say masculine, I'm talking about we'll whoop some ass. Bitch, who you talking to?
Okay, you're right.
I'm talking about for real, what we mean when we say masculine. I'm talking about society is kind of scared to say something to black women now. But let's remove that. Let's go here.
You're right. I just wanted to throw that out there because please don't forget that white women are masculine. They may not be as masculine as us as now.
And I agree with that statement right there. I agree with that because they started it.
We taught them, but unfortunately, that's not where we are now.
Listen,
and I get it. I just don't like to start the movie in the middle. Go ahead.
Listen, somebody tell me, and so Green Eye, I got a question for you. What group of women do you believe have the most children, single parent moms? What group of women?
The ones that didn't have a father in the household.
What race of women is that? What race of children are mostly raised without fathers?
Black.
Okay, I have one more question. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. When you look out into society, what race of women are out of control?
Black.
Okay. Now my point is this. This is going to lock everything in. Name me the race of women who has the highest rate of being single.
Black.
And that's where all of this is coming from. Have you noticed that women who have higher marital rates and stuff, they're not as broken as we are?
True.
You're walking around as a car talking about, I don't need no gas or electricity. That's where all of this is coming from. That's where all of this is coming from. Because what we know is you're not even allowed to do some of that stuff that you're doing right now to break yourself when you have a man in the house. And there's a portion of women who aren't as interested in getting into a long-term relationship because they know if a man comes in there in that house, it's not gonna be no going to no club to 3 a.m. It's not gonna be no men tippy-toeing up. A lot of the things that you guys that are doing to destroy yourselves and bring your value down, you can't even do it when there's a man in your life. Who disagrees with that? He's a guardian. A man, we always talk about that protector and provider part. And somehow we associate the provider part with keeping you from burglars and people who want to rob. No, protect you from you too. And if you disagree, look what African American women have done to themselves. I'm not talking about what the white supremacist groups have done to them. I'm not talking about what Trump did to them. Look what black women have done to themselves.
Yeah, black women have destroyed themselves.
The body counts are through the roof. Since 1974, African American women have went to the clinic and had 19.5 million fetuses sucked out of them. If you're not going to tell me, see, we there's a word that we use, we don't even use it in the right context all of the time, out of control. If you really do think about what that concept out of control means, it means I can't control myself. I forget what portion of it is. I forget what number of women who have had that procedure done, but there's a significant portion of them where that's their second and third visit to that clinic. But guess when it would be? I'm not saying they wouldn't do it because men are still finding out children aren't theirs, but guess what would reduce it? If there's a man in that house. So the very thing that brings you guys the most protection, you run around talking about, I don't need it. Go ahead, panel's open.
Okay, so let me just clarify a couple of things. It's not that I don't need a man.
Oh, I wasn't talking about you. I'm talking about, when I say you, I'm talking about, generalization.
Generally, okay. No, I mean, I just believe that there's a time for everything, right? And what people don't realize, when somebody analyzes, not just a spouse, you have to go through court stuff. Tell me, how many men do you know will come up into a woman's life, right? She's older, right? I'm 40. Have 3 children, 2 are just moved out of the house, so I still have 1 with me. And I'm dealing with probate court for my husband. And then he has to come in, take all that on. Realistically speaking, how many do you know will do that?
So I want to say this for all of my men too, because I say this religiously. Kanai might disagree with it, but I am emphatic about this. This is not a red pill channel, right? This is lifestyle, relationship, right? We talk about the things that matter here. Red pill often stigmatizes a woman with a child ain't SHIT and don't date them. I wish I would pass up on an amazing woman because she has 1 child. Listen, fellas, I don't encourage that for none of y'all. Now, I'm going to be honest. I'm not dating a woman who has 2 children, right, in the house. That's just not who I am. But I wish I would pass up on an amazing woman who has 1. Listen, I don't even care if you got 3 kids. If it's only 1, I prefer me, myself. I can't say for sure. But I'm an open-minded enough man to where if every time I'm around this woman, I just feel good. And she always, hey, just send text messages. You been eating healthy? You think I'm passing up on that? No. So, ma'am, there are men who will. Didn't you say you only have 1 child in the house?
Yeah, just 1 little one left with me. A couple pets, but that's about it.
Really quick. Give me a second, really quick. I'm coming right back to you. Kanai,
Yes.
Can I be getting on me about stuff sometimes? Listen, what are your thoughts about what I just said? I adamantly tell men, you better not pass up on no amazing woman just because she got one kid. What are your thoughts about that?
No, I had a man tell me that years ago that men will give you grace for at least one child.
Okay, I thought me and Kanai was finna bump heads.
I tell you, I get my information from the horse's mouth. I don't just be talking just to be talking. This research started before TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram,
Right.
and MySpace.
Right.
So I already know because that's what they say. And you take care of yourself, and you look good. You're responsible. You're working. You're paying your bills, and your children are smart. They in school. You know they're not giving you no problems. They disciplined. If a man see that you got that going on, and all your children are lined up, and because I always say the woman either gonna make the situation or she gonna break the situation. Even in a step mother father situation, it's only dependent on that woman, how her behavior is, how honorable she is, respectful she is, manners and class. This is what makes her a high quality woman, right? So the thing about it is you know I had you're right. You were just saying it. I was like, dang, that's confirmation because somebody told me this over 20 years ago.
I wish I would.
They'll give you grace for at least one child, and maybe two. That's a maybe, strong maybe.
Strong, I agree with that. I'm not doing it, but I do agree with what you said.
But yeah, one definitely one.
Listen, Kanai, I'm coming to you, Thriving. Kanai, Thriving said most men. Thriving said most men will not, though, so it's not worth even putting yourself out there. Listen, sweetie, you're hearing it from a man, and I'm not trying to be funny, but I've never done bad with women in my life. Well, except for when I went through a sucker phase in school, middle school, whatever. But I don't have a problem getting the women who I want, or if she rejects me, I can get somebody like her. And I'm telling you, I would. And I think this. With your comment, you said most men will not, though, so it's not worth even putting yourself out there. I think you don't want to do the work. Am I wrong?
Honestly, okay, so you guys have to understand, and I would never wish this to anybody. When you lose a spouse, it's one. I've lost parents before, right? Losing a spouse is the next worst thing, and
I could go for that.
And from just the grieving, and then having to figure out everything that you were doing with that person. My husband and I, we worked really well together. We were involved in a lot. Right. So I spent at least the first year of grieving, and then the other half of the time I spent dealing with probate court and downsizing stuff and figuring out things for the kids and helping kids grieve. It's just a lot. It's too much. And so when I think of that load, and I'm thinking, okay, if somebody was to take me in, that is just too much to put in on their plate. You know what I'm saying?
So do you agree that right now you're speaking for men who you have not even talked to and got their side of it?
Yes, I do.
You're thinking too hard, sweetie, because listen, I'm telling you right now, I don't really have a problem dating. And you know what I would prefer to do? And I've done this before in my sucker days. Sit back, and you see this cute girl, and she always know that you're looking at her, and y'all making the eye contact. She know you like her, but you won't say nothing. You know one thing that I'm not going to do? I'm not going to pass up on an amazing woman who had one child and then be wondering what it could have been with her. See, men are investors. Men are investors. Jeff Bezos took on a woman who had 3 children. You know who Jeff Bezos is?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I think you got to get out of your own head, sweetie, but I want you to know this too. Nobody's also trying to force you to get into a situation. What we talk about on this show is what creates the best possible life outcomes. And even the scriptures go on to, I think it's Isaiah that talks about it's going to get so tough that in that day 7 women shall approach one man. You know how Thriving, you know how we often hear.
Isaiah 4:1.
Okay, yeah. Listen, Thriving, you know how we often hear women talk about what they won't put up with, and I wish a nigga would cheat on me, and Isaiah says there's going to come a time where a woman will be pleading to be a man's number 6. And I think everybody needs to understand what's being said there. Think about what type of circumstances could lead a woman to like, just let me be number 4. The society's probably not going to be peaches and cream. I think we all like to look at scriptures. We like to look at the good part of scriptures, the parts that all talk nice and all of that stuff. But let's talk about that part where it's talking about money won't be worth anything. People will be walking over it. Let's talk about the part where it says 2/3 of the population will, let's talk about the part where it says there will come a time where you could wish that you were DEAD, but you won't. You really want to go through that alone? Because I tell you what, I'm 6'3". I'm not going through that by myself.
Well, here's the thing, though. I've been through so much in my life, right? And I'm not negating what you
listen, I want you to know this, too. We all respect your stance, too. We're just having a conversation. You know what I'm saying?
No, absolutely. No, I honestly, I get lonely sometimes. I'm not going to lie to you. It gets lonely and it gets hard. And then sometimes it's like, I wish there was somebody can bounce ideas off of and make decisions. Making decisions, it's a lot of work.
100%.
I'm tired of doing that.
100%.
You're right about that, thriving girl. I'm so glad I ain't got to do none of that.
Right? I also do know, I made a deal with the Most High. And when I say Most High, people are like, Most High. Yeah, the Most High.
Come on up, Hebrew.
He is the Most High.
And I say, listen, you tell me what I need to do to prepare myself for my husband if it is your will for me to get married. And I obey. Seriously, I obey the Most High, because if I don't obey the Most High, do you think I'm going to obey you?
Hold on. You said that you told him, let me know if you want me to get married.
No, if it is his will to get married, and if I do get married again, it will be because of what we're supposed to be doing together for the Most High, for the purpose of the Most High.
So let me ask you a question. It's not going to be a trick question. It may sound like, I promise it's not going to be. I just want you to answer direct.
Okay.
What do you think your sole purpose for ever being created was?
Well, primarily was to bring forth, to be married and bring forth children.
So are you listening to what you're saying? If it's his desire for me to get married. It's what you were created for.
And have children. Bring forth
you
children.
You can't do that without a man.
Yes, I know. And I've already done it. So now second marriage will be like, okay, what would be the purpose for that? Hey. A soul mission. His soul mission.
You got 10 more kids in you, thriving. You got 10 more kids.
Hey, listen.
I want me 10 sons. Shoot, I wish if I could turn this clock back.
Give me a second. I want you guys, listen. I want to show you what would be the purpose of it.
When Charlie Kirk was assassinated, I lost it. I was extremely emotional. Mr. President, I implore you, call for a civil war. Call for a civil war and let us do our thing. Let us go door to door, street by street, and clean this country.
See, men like myself, we always knew that there was a demographic of people who were just itching to kick off a race war. Men like myself have been prepared for it. We have groups of people who we call, hey, listen, they over here in my neighborhood, bro. My brother's a prepper. I'm a prepper. I know other preppers, right? But what we didn't know, we never knew how they would plan to kick something like that off. This clip right here was my first glimpse of how it'd be kicked off. Did you hear what he said? And I want you to listen to this now.
Let us go door to door, street by street, and clean this country.
He said, let us go door to door, street by street. Sweetie, they're going to be going to black homes, and primarily probably where single black women are. They're going to go in these homes. And, I'm deranged coming in here to do you dirtball bad in the first place. And just so happened, your little 13-year-old is kind of cute. See, this is what I'm telling you. And I understand men and women are different. I don't think I know women don't think as far ahead as men. But what African-American women have done, being the highest group of single women, you have left yourselves vulnerable for when any type of chaos breaks loose in America. I'll put it this way. Store shelves go bare and things like that. Men aren't typically primarily focused on running into the homes of other men who are potentially armed. Even the government doesn't operate like that. You go to the weaker person. Some of you who live in these cul-de-sacs, these nice neighborhoods, hey, Thriving, how are you? How the kids doing? You are going to be surprised in that day when hell breaks loose and that man who used to wave at you, but he hasn't had groceries in his house in quite some time and saw you bring some in there 3 weeks ago. You're going to be surprised what you can see men, good, decent men, turn into when our backs are up against the wall. And you will not have a protector. Hebrew!
They just gonna use somebody else's, not them on the panel, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yo.
What's going on, good brother? How you feeling?
What's going on, brother Stacy? What's up?
Man, you know what it is.
What's going on, Sister Kana?
Hey, Hebrew.
Man, oh man, boy. Y'all up here cooking tonight.
I think this, bro. I think, and listen, this is actually a really good point. I was about to say this to you, Hebrew. I was about to say, I think the overwhelming majority of women are just not equipped. See, God give men vision. The job description, the assignment that God gave us, he had to give us a toolbox in order to fulfill our assignment. He give us strength to where we can endure pain, to where we can inflict pain. He give us a mindset to where we can click on a switch and be willing to snatch a man's life off of this planet if need be. He give us vision so we can scour the earth and search for incoming threats so that we can formulate a plan to deal with them. Women, we know they're passionate, nurturing, and things like this. Now, my point is this. The vision that you guys don't have, like this conversation that we're having, most women haven't heard this. Most women haven't heard doors getting kicked in by white supremacist groups, militias, and da-da-da. Because they don't have that vision. But guess who does? Men. So if you don't have something as important as vision, the next best thing that you could do is attach yourself to someone who does. Men. Go ahead, Hebrew.
Man, oh man. If they really just understood the bigger importance that having a man is, because it's not just about having money. That's this westernized culture that has taught us that. Dude, if you truly understood the magnitude, the biblical magnitude,
100%.
the purpose of what a man is supposed to be for his woman, for his family, for everybody, we would be inside a far better place than
I agree.
we are in 2026.
I agree.
Far better place. Because if we wake up and I was on another brother's panel and we were actually talking about this. We talk about slavery and bondage that our grandparents and our great-grandparents went through. But they understood slavery better than we ever could. You want to know why? Because they saw it. They saw the shackles.
Hey, Jay.
They saw the chains.
Dr. K.
So they knew they were in bondage. A lot of us are in bondage in our mind.
1,000%.
That's the hardest thing to break.
1,000%, man.
That's the hardest thing to break because guess what? You don't see it. You don't see it. You don't feel it. You don't recognize it. And then it's so funny because we
Green eyes, don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere, green eyes. Go ahead, Hebrew.
I had used an example. I said, have y'all ever watched the movie The Matrix? And we went we was cooking. I said, bro, think about that. This movie came out in 1999, 2000. And look at the message that is talking
Shout
about.
out to my brother AJ over here rocking out.
We're literally slaves by the mind.
EJ over here rocking out.
Because it's no pain, it's no frustration, but in real time, you doing more harm to your mind than anything. Because look at everything that we doing right now.
I agree.
I'm say this, and I'm gonna let y'all cook some more. Think about it like this: you're only valued as a woman as long as your clothes is off. I'm only valued as a man as long as I can throw money or a lifestyle that most times we can't even afford.
Absolutely.
Think about that. I'm
Oh,
only
the Tansy.
valued by my pocket. You only value as long as I can see your ass. Who taught you that? Because that's not us. Who taught you that?
I agree.
That's a slave mindset. And when I brought that up, I said, think about this. Since we're going to talk about history, and I'm going to land right here. Y'all do know during that time of slavery, if you go crack a book, our women weren't allowed to wear regular clothes. And the men were not allowed to wear regular clothes. Do you know that sagging did not start in prison? It started inside slavery. And it was to mock you.
It was.
Do you know that a woman being called a bitch did not start inside our time? It started inside slavery. That you were compared to a female dog that they were breeding. When I brought that out, oh my God, no! I'm trying to teach your mind something. Open up your mind to understand that.
Right? Can I teach you something?
Real stuff. Green Eye Beauty.
Can I teach you something? Hebrew.
I'm listening to you.
Okay. No, you go back and get that man that you didn't stay out that house because you want to bring that to your house first. You want to teach him something, but you couldn't even let the brother. You could add you a man. Go on and tell. Go on.
This is what I wanted to add to that when you saying about teaching. It's all in the mind. A lot of men don't know that the sagging of the pants started from slavery. So I want to make all men that's out here listening to this live and looking at this live, the sagging of the pants started from slavery. So please stop doing it. That's why I don't talk to a lot of older men. Sagging of the pants is from slavery.
Listen, I want to say this. I want all of you women to know this. When men, see, it always, almost everything I'm about to say always comes back and ties into what men are logical creatures. We're very, very simple. That is a light. I don't have to call it an LED. That's a light. We don't do the things you guys do. You guys make something, twist it into. Men are super, super simple. That's where part of our accurate vision comes from. We don't see things and suggest them to be something else. Now, my point is this. With our vision, our ability, men's vision, our chess moves, women's chess moves stop when men have several more chess pieces to move. Like our vision is nothing short of biblical. Our heads start processing things and we say, if I do this, okay, that can happen. And we see a picture in our head. With that said, I'm saying this to you ladies. With us being that simple and with our vision being so accurate, when we see what you guys are doing to yourselves out there, we don't understand it. We don't have to see all the men you're sleeping with. I mean, all the babies you're going to have end up being a single baby mom. We can see once you get promiscuous. We can see where it's going to end. We'll even talk to each other about it. When we hear this, so-and-so, yeah, she out there bad. We kind of know where your life is going. We know this thing right here that you do. We know where that's going to end. And I'm not saying we don't fall victim to it ourselves. We do have vision. But once we get entangled in the world and we succumb to the world's vices, it blurs our vision and stuff like that, right? But we see things that you guys do, like these multiple children by multiple men. Where do you think your life is going to end? You think you qualify for Michael B. Jordan? You think that smart ghetto mouth that you have is going to land you a man that is going to see you through to the end of life? People who are up here right now have heard me say it time and time again. We got a couple of people like Bree who come up here and they'll stay in the chat starting trouble. I often tell them, Bree, don't you know I know what's taking place in your life? I tell women all the time, we can see your behavior down in the comments, and men know the likelihood of what's going on. We know you, listen. We know men are smashing that, and the moment they release, they're getting up and the first thing that you hear is this. That man reaching for his pants, or you get this. Shit, shorty, what you about to get into? That man doesn't release and roll over and put his arm around the back of your neck and kiss you on the cheek. That man doesn't release and say, where the remote control at, babe? I'm going to order us something to eat. The moment that man releases, that man hits you with the infamous belt buckle, G. It's because we know, based on how you're behaving down there in those comments, men know that not many quality men would deal with a woman like that. So you probably out there smashed. This is what I'm telling you guys. What we see you guys doing to yourselves comes with a catastrophic end. And I believe this myself. I believe, even biblically, that I don't want to say this, but I'm going to say it. I believe in our lifetime, probably between the next year to 3 years, we are going to see a significant portion of African American women lose their lives in a brutal, violent way at the hands of other individuals. Because when America falls apart, how many of you guys are familiar with Robert Kiyosaki? What did he do? Is it Rich Dad, Poor Dad? It's not just him. Robert Kiyosaki just predicted that America will collapse in 2027. Now, let's say he's wrong. Forget if he's wrong or not. What I'm telling you is, if he is right, inside of anarchy, inside of chaos, you are not equipped to defend you and your children. So to be honest, with this mindset that you guys have, I don't need a man, independent, blah, 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 you are setting your children up to be assaulted by people who kick your door in. You are setting your children up to not have somebody. They have studies that suggest even the presence of a man is so powerful that they advise single women to go get a pair of man's construction boots, rub them in the dirt and things like that, and sit them on your front porch. They say even that, the apparent presence of a man is so powerful, it's enough to deter would-be predators from your doorstep. So what do you think it would be to have a man? You guys better stop playing. Go ahead.
So I'm gonna just add on to what you were just saying, my brother, because hey, that's a fact. I do private armed security, right? You know how many times I've had people ask, so what would happen if this was to happen? And the answers I give them, oh, that's too extreme. No, it's not. No, it's not.
That's real.
Because to your point, guess what? I'm down here in Florida. Last year during the summer, I don't know if any one of y'all saw it, they had white nationalist groups marching on Walt Disneyland, telling the black employees if they come to work, they was gonna lynch them. That was on the news.
Bro, do you know that research suggests in Florida they possess over 1 billion, I don't want to use the word, but you know, you put them in firearms and they fire off. Yeah. They have over 1 billion. I'll just say it. White people in Florida have over 1 billion bullets.
Yeah.
You think people buy that stuff? Well, let me just set it on the shelf. It looks like a nice paper holder. No, there's a significant portion of white America who wants a race war to kick off. Go ahead, brother.
Bruh, it is, man, when I tell you, I'll be even telling my own wife, if I'm not home, lock that top door, lock that bottom. If you need to pull that thing, it's
right
on the side of the bed.
Right.
One already in there.
Right.
Aim towards the other person. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze.
Yep.
Don't stop until they can't take enough.
Yep.
Don't stop. I just told my sisters that they went and get that. They just took it to a whole nother level. One of my sisters just went and got her AR, and my pops just got two ARs. I said, hey, y'all better get them, because what's going on around here? People not paying attention. They being distracted by the Meg Thee Stallion stuff.
I agree 1,000%.
All this other stuff. But these other folks, they not being distracted. They gearing up.
I promise you.
So to your point, it's a range down here in is it Ocala? It's literally a whites only shooting range. Only white people can go in there. They be having kids in there like 5 years old, bullshit or not, and they're shooting
100%.
Every day. They be in there, and then it's so bad, bro. They post on Instagram every day. Every day. This what my son doing. This dude shooting a sniper, and he only 6.
Bro, I saw probably this young white girl. She couldn't have been 11. Was she 11? This young white girl, man, probably had to be like 12. Man, that girl is, listen, you know the targets. They got abandoned cars right here. This girl rolling on the ground, getting up, pop, this at close range, dropping the mag, pushing another. And listen, I'm going to say it. This is not rage bait nor scare tactics. You know, you hear people sometimes. There's a white man. He rocks with black people. Some of you have probably seen this. He said it to all you racist mother effers who are trying to. This was day 4 yesterday. He said who are trying to prop a race war off and da 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 da. Ha 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 ha. You think it's gonna be easy, don't you? See, what you don't know is. You think black people haven't been prepared for something like this and da 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 da. You think you're just gonna run over black? You know what I said, bro? I said I appreciate the sentiment. But you couldn't be wronger. Black people would get wiped. Wiped. The only thing that we could do is make sure we go down swinging. You know why? We're divided. We are a divided group of people. In the instance that something like that takes place, you have to have a unit. I don't care if you have 30 pops on your table. You got 2 arms. Who's going to protect the back door while you blasting out the front door? You need to have people who you can say, Greg, listen, call fam them. They over here in my neighborhood now. And listen, this conversation that I'm having right now, a lot of people aren't even aware of it. They don't even know that you need to have already made agreements with several people that we're going to defend each other. Black people scared of black people. We are a divided nation. But now, my family, we would get wiped, but we'd go down swinging. And what do you think that means? A man is sitting here saying this. What do you think that means for single mothers who have 2 or 3 children in the house? We just saw an attorney. They say this was a prominent attorney, 56 years old. Some of you know about this. The house was being renovated. So they got security cameras installed in the house. The wife, after they were installed, the wife was just looking at the stuff, and she saw that when she was went to work, the husband was banging the dog. What you think he'll do to your daughter? If he'll bang, we're talking about a depraved mindset. Look at what they used to do to us. They used to hold going to the movies. This was their equivalent of going to the movies. Accusing a black man of doing something he did not do. And calling all of the children, the families, to the town square to where they can burn this Negro at the stake. So what I'm telling you guys is this. When anarchy falls apart, you better be ready. But how you going to be ready as I don't need no man. Period. You sitting here worried about what Meg Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson got going on, fool. And this is what I tell black women. Black women are in such a disarray Because they have nothing to believe in. They have nothing that they love so much they're willing to follow it. If black women have the time that they have to be so deeply embedded in Meg Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson's relationship, you can't have nothing going on your own. Because see, there's other women who, while everybody is wishing death upon black men because of Klay Thompson and da-da-da-da-da, there's other women who not wishing death upon black men because she's laid on the couch right now with her head in her man's lap watching TV. And this is what I'm telling you guys. The time to get serious was years ago. I'll even go so far as to say this. Our time is so short to where if some of you got serious today, it would be too late. Some of you, I'm saying. That's our sense of urgency. Our sense of urgency is if some of you got serious and buckled down today, it'd still be too late. We don't have time to play. Black people, listen, black people, when anything happens in America, it hits black people worse than it hits everybody else. If there's an economic collapse, it hits black people worse than it hits everybody else. If the COVID, it hits black people worse because we are not a united front. Every other community of people, when something major happens, the community stands up and sticks its chest out. So whatever is attacking that community, it hits the chest of the community, not one individual. If it hit the chest of one individual, it would break that individual. That's what the black community is, a bunch of individuals. And I'm going to say it. It's because our women are out of alignment. You people are running around here talking about, I don't need no man. You're getting busted down religiously by men who you just met at the club last night. Everything that you should really be focused on is way on the back burner. And here's the kicker. When men like myself, men like the late great Kevin Samuels, men like my brother Black Guru, lower ninth, when we tell you guys these things, you say we hate women. So, which inevitably means if you can't be corrected from your ways, you'll simply perish. Who disagrees with that?
I agree. It's true.
What's your thought? What's your thoughts, Green Eye? You got anything for me?
I'm gonna just say this: black women, some black women, I gotta see it.
You don't have to say that, and I don't like it when women say not all because we're adults.
I ain't gonna say I'm not.
We're adults. We know all white people aren't racist. We know all black people aren't thieves. Speak your mind. The people who can't understand what you're saying, it's the message not for them.
Right. Well, the black women are a disgrace to the black community. And I got to say it. I got to put it out there and just be open and honest. Black women, some of them, are a disgrace to the black race. And for one, they don't know how to dress appropriate. For two, they ghetto loud and alley.
Hey, I want you to pause really quick. I'm coming right to you. I just want to do something. Thriving. I want anybody, there's 4 people up on this panel. How many people disagree with what she said so far? Okay, go ahead, Green Eye.
Second, sorry. What did you say? Did you call me?
I said, how many people disagree with what she said so far? That a lot of black women are a disgrace to the black community.
Are you talking about the single mothers?
No, she just said, listen, what we see, all of us see what's going on. All over TikTok, the twerking with your daughter right next to you, teaching your daughter. In generalization, do you agree with what she said, that there's a significant number of black women who are a disgrace to the community? Do you disagree with that?
I would say, no, there is, but also some of the men are out of order.
She's not talking about the men. Do you agree that a significant portion of black women are a disgrace?
I agree.
Anybody else disagree? All right, go ahead, Green Eye.
Only there is too many of these black women having babies by every man that they come in contact with. And some of these children are unwanted children by the man. So women black women is just a disgrace to the black community. They just a disgrace.
And the world is saying it. They're about to institute. They're about to institute electronic door lock buzzers on mani and petty parlors, hair salons. Black women are running into these hair salons, getting their hair done, and jumping up and running out.
Right. And
like you guys are out of order.
I'm gonna tell you what really got me, and I had to do a post on it. My grandbaby, she graduated from high school on last Friday. I'm going to the graduation, you know, and I'm so used to being dressed. I'm a dressy type woman. So I'm going dressed, and before we entered the door, I'm looking around, and I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, it kind of brought tears to my eyes because we as black women, and I'm saying us as a whole right now, I mean, like, it was just a shame of what I seen. All of these young mothers with these young kids graduating from high school, coming in there with all of they, I don't want to say ass, but hell, they ass. Yep. They chest, everything was hanging out, and I'm like, oh my God. I got so disgusted, I started speaking out like, damn, do we need a dress code for a graduation?
Yep.
Like, where is the respect?
There is none. The self-respect is gone.
It just upset me. And my thing with women is you can be covered up and get a man. You don't have to show your body just to get attention.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but just to prove your point, what you just said, they actually did a dress code for the graduation for the high schools down
Where my show supporters at? We've been up here for 2 hours, people. Show love to the show. Hit that cash app. Where my supporters at? Rock with us.
You literally had girls showing up in see-through dresses trying to walk across the stage as if they was going to the club.
You know, sometimes I hear stuff like this and I'm shamed, like, of the black culture. I never want to be shamed of black people, but everything you just said, man, that's the definition of going too far. Like, we think almost everybody is supposed to know better than that. You know what I'm saying? But it has to be something detrimentally wrong psychologically in the individual that you could even walk into a public event. I don't know. I think those are the Walking Dead that you're talking about. Those are the ones who, it is over for them. Like, listen, and I want everybody to understand this. I'm coming right back to you, Hebrew. I want everybody to understand this. I don't even talk to everybody. I know that everybody's not going to make it. That's why I love this platform. See, because I don't have to go knocking on doors like, hey, will you receive the message? Will you receive? Are you the type that can receive? Are you? I don't have to. We power this studio up, go live, and who it's for, they show up. And I'm good with that. I don't want to be trying to convince broken human beings of how to do this thing right. Because there are some people who have come up here and argue with me about things as menial as multiplication. 6 times 6 being 36. Well, that's what the white man done told you. That type of stuff right there. These are the group that we shouldn't be talking to. You talk to the people who will receive the message. Go ahead, Hebrew. We can't hear you, bro.
I'm gonna be real with you.
We can't hear you. Hello?
I think my headphones.
Okay, there you go. We can hear you.
So I'm gonna be real with you, bro. Shoot. I didn't even know about the Texas rodeo until it hit the internet. I didn't know nothing about it until the whole situation that happened recently.
And when I saw that situation happen, I literally went to people's videos that was there to see what I saw that I see. I was so embarrassed. I said, wow. And you wonder why they talk about us.
I agree, bro. I agree.
And you wonder why they talk about us as a people. Now, I'm no better than the next man. I am a whole man who love him some black women. I'm a whole man that is an ass man and a definitely a titty man. However, it is a time and a place for you to have all of your cheekers out. 100%. In public around little children is not that place.
I agree.
Absolutely. That is not the place. For me to see grown ass women with shorts so small, it looked like a blue jean thong up your ass around kids. That's true. You're right. Is where I pass 100% draw the line. For me to see grown ass men encourage that shit, I'm so sorry for those who do. I just can't. I can't be around jelly back, no balls having men. That's not the men I was raised around. I'm sorry, I wasn't. We was taught to have self-respect for ourselves and hold our family to respect and honor. I would tell my own wife, mother, granny, sisters, cousins, if they came outside, go back inside the house and try it again, because you have lost the mind that God has gave you. You have lost your ever-loving mind.
It's bad.
Ever think you finna walk outside with me like that, number one. But for you to think you finna go to a public function dressed like that. But then for me to see down here in Florida that they had to put a curfew on South Beach during spring break. Now, I've been down in Florida this September going on 11 years. I've never seen them put an actual curfew on South Beach because y'all don't want to put your clothes on and y'all trying to fight and tear up shit. When they shut down South Beach because of that, but then they had to put a curfew on Daytona. Y'all are out of damn order. You're out of order. And can't nobody tell you nothing because then you want to get mad. Oh, you don't control me. Do you hate your mama? No. I hate what you're doing right now because you are a beautiful, intelligent woman. But you stand up here walking around like an ignorant prostitute. And you're not none of that. But then you want to throw up that you got a damn degree.
Right.
I would be embarrassed to find out that you work for my company. And you outside like this. I'll fire your ass. What? You don't work for me. I don't know her. No. No. And whoever gave you that damn degree need to take that shit back because that's an insult to people who worked hard the right way to get into what they're doing, and you're out here disrespecting the organization behind it. No.
But listen.
I say that for men and for women.
Here's the core issue, brother. You before you even said it, I was going to touch on it because Thriving brought it up. The reason why you guys don't often hear me, well, you do, but the reason why I don't get on men's case as adamantly as you guys hear, because I don't disagree that men are out there acting a complete fool. I've never disputed that. But those men are coming from a place. There is, I call it the monster making machine. The monster making machine is between most African American women's legs. We have an assembly line and a conveyor belt. This company is churning gears 24 hours a day. spitting out broken human beings. Mothers are the first teachers of the children. And if you want to see what they're being taught, look no further than the internet. We have seen multitudes of African American women teaching their daughters how to twerk. We have seen a multitude of African American women allowing their kids to wear makeup long before they should ever wear it. We have seen them sewing hair into babies' hair. So to be getting on the men, I get on capable men. That men who, Negro, if you started a business, if you've done this and this and that, you're capable. You're sound-minded. You know better than to be doing what you're doing out there. Just like how we say about the women. If you talking about these degrees, okay, then you should know better than to be functioning how you're functioning. But my biggest thing is we can't really start addressing these broken men until you stop creating them. We can't. They're perpetually being created. And for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, studies show that when a child is raised without his father, they're 3 to 5 times more likely to go to prison than a child who was raised with his father. When daughters are raised with their father, teen pregnancy reduces and academia in school goes up. When a child is raised without their father, they're 3 to 5 times more likely to graduate high school, right? Do you see where this is going? Children, around 80% of the people who frequent going to jail and going to prison and street ninjas, if we want to just say it, were raised without a father. So it lets us know that that is the core of the issue that we face in the African American community. Now, my question to you, I'm going to get controversial with this. Driving.
Yes, sir.
Outside of situations where, well, I actually don't know of many. Who is responsible for a woman getting pregnant and the child not having a father? Who's responsible for that?
Woman getting pregnant and the child not having a father. Primarily, at least for the first 9 months, it's her. She's responsible.
Okay, so how is she not responsible after that?
Once the child is in the world, that's a third party. That's a third person who did not ask to be here. So I hold both parents responsible. Okay, once that child is out of that womb, I think the man has a responsibility as a father to try and look after that child and protect that child since the child is innocent. And the mother too, both of them.
Okay, hold on.
So that is my view.
I'm going to ask you a question, okay?
Okay.
You're single. What state do you live in?
I can't give that. That's personal information. Not here, not on the panel. But I am on the west side.
Okay.
West Coast.
So if I hit your DMs later on and I'm willing to fly to you, can we get a room tonight?
Absolutely not.
Do you see how fast you just shut that down?
Yeah, of course.
So who is it up to if I make you a baby mama or not?
Oh, you meaning who gives access? Of course, the woman is going to say yes or no.
Okay, so just like all of these other women around here, the way you just shut me down, don't they have the same opportunity to do that to these no good men too?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, so listen, hold on. Let me ask you this. And I'm going now. This is a different show now. When am I allowed to have unprotected with you, Thriving?
Maybe only if you were my husband.
Do you see where we're going with this, sweetie? It's women's fault. You just shut me down and prevented me from even making you a possible baby mama. You guys aren't saying no.
I see your point.
You guys aren't saying no. You guys are sleeping with men you met at the club on the first night. Regularly. Very regularly. It is a Do you know the percentage of men? Listen, of those surveyed who have had paternity tests taken, do you know around 30% of the children in the black community have been pinned on the wrong man? Who's responsible for that? It can't be the man's fault. What it really means is you weren't only dealing with me. And when I say dealing with me, durst you let multiple men release their genetic makeup in your body? Do you know how sacred it is supposed to be for me to get the privilege of releasing myself in your body? That is supposed to be the highest level of privilege. That is supposed to be the seal in the deal of I'm special. You guys are doing it because it's Thursday night. Listen, but let's go a step further. A significant number of women in the African American community are allowing themselves to give men oral sex and swallow with somebody they're not even in a relationship with. It has went too far. It's went way too far. It means you're nothing. All of the things that are supposed to be high level sacred, you guys pass around like on a dish. It's nothing. Hey, baby girl, what you up to? Shit, I'm just, I got this blunt and this Hennessy. I'm thinking about swinging through. Okay. A blunt and some Hennessy? So do you see how far this thing has gotten out of hand, Thriving?
All right. I see your point. When you jump to kids come later. I am very, very particular when it comes to children. Children are innocent. So anything that we could do to preserve their life, to me,
Do you know when they say most of these kids get touched? Single parent moms. They got ninjas sneaking up the stairs, and we just like to believe kids are ignorant. That's what we like to believe, right? You don't think them kids know that your bedroom door is a revolving door throughout the month? And then here I am, I done blew your back all the way out. You laid down on the bed fetal position with your thumb in your mouth. I get up to go use the restroom, and I come back 15 minutes later. Been in your daughter's bedroom. Do you know 29 to 33% of the children in the African American community express having been sexually assaulted? Guess when that number significantly drops? When there's a man in the house. We've been on this show for 2.5 hours. You know what keeps coming up? One thing that this thing keeps reverting back to through multiple different scenarios. The man, the man, the man, the man, the man. It is indicative of he is essential. Men are not optional. For one, there are 3 million more women in America than there are men. In the African American community alone, there's 2.5. You guys don't have the options to be playing around. I don't give a damn. You're not going to like this. The men that you guys look down on because they've made mistakes in life and things like that, the guys who cut the lawns and, have the little private landscaping, they cut the lawns in your neighborhood that you look down on, you guys don't even know you should be fighting over those men. You guys are running around here talking about I want a man that makes $100,000 a year. You don't have a man. America has messed these American women up. The men you guys desire, you don't qualify for, which is why you have never gotten them. If we go around and do a survey on all of the women who say they want a man who makes $100,000 a year, and then we ask them how many of them have ever achieved that man. So what I'm saying to you guys is this. A man who is a prize is that man who is the manager at In-N-Out Burger. The man who is the prize is that man who is a janitor at the school. Most of you don't qualify for the men who supersede them. If I have access, if Stacey Prince does well with women, beautiful women, and I have the dating power, the dating value to get feminine women, cooperative women, women who have no children, very, very beautiful women. Why would I deal with a woman who has 2 children by 2 different men, overweight, kind of got a mouth, and the women who I'm describing right now, these are the women running around saying, I want this and that type of man. But guess what they also are? They also are the women who are the problem in the black community. I'm going to hit you with something controversial, Green Eyes. People know that this is my take. A woman who has never been under the authority of a man, or a woman who is not currently under the leadership of a man, or a woman who at bare minimum does not know the value of being under the leadership of a man is of no significant value on this planet. You disagree, Green Eyes? Basically, what I'm saying is a woman not under the leadership of a man is of no significant value on this entire planet. Give me some pushback.
Well, I can't do nothing but agree because, hey, that's what the Bible says.
It's not the women who are locked down by men or who have been under leadership for, like you guys, lost your husband, stealing. Those aren't the women who are giving us problems in society. It's the women who aren't under leadership. Got a bitch fucked up. Period. And did. I said what I said. That is the black plague of society. Because they can't be told anything. And they are where the men that you guys are talking about who are acting a complete ASS, those women's legs are where they're coming from. It is that essential for a woman to be under the leadership of a man. Because when your woman parts get to acting up, that's what I call it, a woman's emotions. When your woman parts get to acting up and tell you to go ahead and surrender to what Lakeisha was saying, girl, they got money, and I'm just saying, they just wanted, the experience to, run a train on us. If you are not strong enough to resist that temptation, you wouldn't have to be strong enough to resist it if you had a man. You guys don't understand how many things you would be shielded from if you were under the leadership of a man. There is so many things that you guys have done to yourselves that caused dating damage that would not have happened had you had a man. And I'm not talking about situations where he has to tell you don't do this and don't do that and don't do that. A lot of times you wouldn't have done it just because you know you're in a relationship. So therefore, you're being protected from yourself just by having a man. Who disagrees? Good brother, what's going on?
Well, I just want to add on to...
you already know. Hey, give me a second. I got somebody over here on Instagram. Hold on. What's talk to me.
From Philadelphia.
Philadelphia in the house. Philadelphia in the building.
I'm the stare down. The what? The stare down where it says back to the streets.
You already know what it is. What's your thoughts on the show?
My brother says he's a fan of you when you give that stare down and say back to the streets with you. Cold-blooded, my brother. Cold-blooded, my brother. So continue.
You already know what it is, man.
Yeah, I was just listening to, I just called you in time, and that's funny you mentioned, because I don't know if you watch Power, the OG Power, and the type of women you talk about. Ironically, there's a character on Power named Keisha.
Yeah.
You know, and that same thing you're saying, when you were talking that shit, I was like, man, Lakeisha is one of them stereotypical single moms who raising a son, if you saw it, and it's like giving Tasha bad advice.
Right.
Yeah, so that's when you were talking about the single mother thing, and another video I watched where it's a lot of our young black men are in jail because they're raised by single moms, and
100%. That's the core of the problem. That's the core. We acknowledge that there's some black men out there who are messed up. There's even some black men who were raised with fathers who are acting ignorant. But the bulk of it is coming from these women who are going out there getting busted down, got 2-3 children by 2-3 different. Those are the guys who end up being the one to take Tupac's life, that end up being the one to take Biggie's life. That is where the problem is coming from. And we can't get these women to stop being irresponsible. Listen, let's be real about this. Let's be adults about this. I understand everybody has sexual urges, but you don't have to run yourself through the cheese grater, letting men who you never even met, you met this man at the club tonight and he gets to go raw. That's going too far. And a lot of our women are doing it.
that's why they're on the low totem. That's why they're lowest on the totem pole.
100%. Their dating value has tanked through the ground.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree. But one thing I want to add, part of the problem is these kids, these young black men in particular, have this form of self-hatred, which contributes to what they're being taught by their mom.
100%.
Without having that strong masculine man. And that's the problem. They don't move strategically, they move with emotion. Why do you think when somebody steps on your new shoes, they're ready to
100%.
And then you just here in the East Coast, you know it everywhere. There's a ghetto, a hood, whatever.
It's the broken men of the black community.
Yeah. Because if there's a strong black man or just a strong man, period, half of these kids would not be in jail. They won't be toting guns in the street or gang and all
100%.
This is a form of self-hatred that without a strong man,
it's going to keep happening.
Like the OG, you know it's better being out of LA, OG. You know when the OG speaks, why you have to listen. Because if you don't, it's to your detriment, it's to your peril. That's why the OGs say stuff like, you got to put in your own work.
100%.
That's teaching these kids how to be responsible and move meticulously, strategically. Without these old heads, we kill
I
each
agree
other.
1,000%.
We don't hold reference to them, and the women that supposed to hold us in high account, we ignore that because it's like when Tasha told Sean, I gotta be my own man and protect my kids. I was just talking to my brothers like, you know Tasha, she's a short girl, she's a short woman. How you gonna stand up against other guys in the street when you know what I mean? Because you have something to prove to Ghost that you can be the man of the household.
Right.
Move like there's a reason Ghost did what he did, and eventually almost became legitimate until the streets caught on to him and all that. So that's all your points are all valid, and I hear you 100%. That's just what I want to touch up on.
I appreciate you, my brother. Y'all be cool, man.
Thank you, man.
You know it.
Back to the street.
Go ahead, ZF.
Hey, how you doing again, Mr. Prince? As you can see, I turned the comments off because there was over 90 people in here. Now we're still over 80, and the lights are low. We haven't been under 70 in about an hour and a half, and the likes are nowhere near where they need to be. So if we get to 75,000, depending on how long it takes, I might turn them back on. But I don't know. Y'all might be fucked for the rest of the show because I'm irritated. I didn't have dinner. I didn't have dinner. Watched the whole Dodger game in this motherfucker. They won, by the way, because they're the Dodgers. But I done watched the whole Dodger game during this show, and we're at 36,000 likes. This ain't it. And honestly, I don't care if y'all make another comment all night. We might, if we get to 75,000 quick, I'll turn them back on. But if y'all bullshit, come back tomorrow. Have a nice day. Be safe. Stay dangerous.
It's a simple tapping of the screen, people. That's it. Just a tapping of the screen. Listen, Aaliyah said, I'm hoping she's being sarcastic. I don't know. Aaliyah said, and whoever that was is just trying to come up, I tried to bring you. Teasy, give me a thumbs up down in the comments because I can't accept you right here, but I can bring you up if I see your profile down there.
Oh, and also, Stacey, please be mindful of your language.
Got you.
On YouTube, you can say whatever you want pretty much, but this is TikTok, sir.
You already know. I got you. Listen, I'm hoping she was being sarcastic. I don't know. Fuego, honey. That means women leaders over men. Now, does that make sense? Fuego, honey. That means women leaders over men. Now, does that make sense? Are you being, Aaliyah, are you being serious or are you being sarcastic? Are you saying that women can be leaders over men? I enjoy these types. Hey, Teasy, I can't bring you up the way that, let me see. I can't bring you up like that. Give me a thumbs up down in the comments and I'll bring you up.
Stacey, she can say that all she wants. Force doctrine says different.
All right, people, you guys got anything else before I get up off of here? About to get back to the show.
No, I just came up to moderate. As always, have a good night. Sis, Miss Kanai, first lady of Black TikTok. I love you, sis. Hey. Good to see you again. And Miss Green Eyes, good to meet you.
Good to meet you too.
Hello.
My brother.
All right, you guys. You get ready to drop us, Stacey?
Give me what you got before you go. Anybody got any words?
Yes, I got a question. Question is,
Aaliyah, you can come up. If you come to YouTube, I'll bring you up. I already dropped a link down there. Get off of Facebook, come to YouTube, The Real Stacey Prince, and I'll bring you up. Go ahead, can I?
Okay, that was me. Do y'all think that children should visit their fathers in prison?
Anybody can tackle that first. I don't care. I don't care. I think yes. I think it's essential. Because think about it like this. Do you think those children are going to grow up and never know about prison?
They are, but I'm going to say I'm against it because I feel like a mother and a father is the first role model of their children. So just say, for instance, I have a son and I start taking him to the prison while he's small. He's looking up to his father. His father is telling him prison stories. By the time he reaches 15, statistic has already claimed his life.
Hold on. Okay, so tell me what you mean. Do you mean he goes to see his dad and his dad's not ever getting out, or his dad's not getting out for some years or something? What do you mean?
Yeah, the dad's not getting out for some years, or he got life in there.
Oh, that's gonna be a problem.
To me, it's me. I don't know about nobody else's opinion, but I'm just a true mother. I'm a real mom, and I don't feel like a father who made the choice of leaving his child's life by going to prison shouldn't have the privilege with seeing him or them in prison.
I've been to prison twice. Look at me now.
that's good. I applaud you. Amen.
Listen,
Amen.
my guys, listen, my guys. See, we have to know this. I think a better distinguishment. My kids have never had speeding tickets. Right?
Good.
Nothing.
Good.
Listen. If the way my kids behave, if they were to ever end up in jail, they probably would have had to get framed. Like my children behave like what today's society, I ain't gonna say lame, but my kids aren't involved in. You see what I'm saying? My kids work.
Yeah, and that's good. That's good. I'm gonna say this. At least when you got out, you made all of the right decisions.
When they were coming to see me, I was laying law down.
See, that's good.
Negroes was getting put in their butt for bad grades. See, here's where I think you're talking about, or where it would be more applicable. A nigga in jail. A nigga who was a nigga even when he was out. One of the hopeless. First and foremost, I don't think a woman should have been messing with a man and let alone getting pregnant by him in the first place. But to be honest, my cousin has a saying. He says this: you can't run from that DNA. So the truth of the matter is, if she even got pregnant by a man who's doing life or something like that, not all the time, but the odds are that DNA is going to seep down into them kids. Now,
absolutely.
Let's talk about a man who made some mistakes. But he was even a good guy when he was on the streets. He just did some stupid stuff. Right, he just did some stupid stuff. I am almost certain, because I know all of my guys who've been in trouble. If those kids come to see him in prison, they laying law down. They're not letting it be known that it ain't no big deal that I'm in here. They laying law down about bad grades. The guys I'm associated with, they take care of their kids. So I think that thing, I get where you're going. And in some cases, I agree. I think that thing is on an individual basis. But I do believe this. As long as he's not a broke, dysfunctional man, if that man has love in his heart and knows how to dispense love, them children need that love. They need that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
They need those hugs on those visits. Hey, man, listen, man. Man, your mama telling me she caught you smoking cigarettes, man. You trying to make me listen? Are you crazy? I've had my children drop tears in the visiting room because they know. Guess what? I also had a community behind me. You want me to call Uncle Sharmichael and have him come over there with that belt? The ship is now back on course. Men are so powerful. Just the way we think, we can orchestrate structure from behind the doors. You disagree?
I agree.
Yeah. So, but I still get what you're saying, though. I don't think if this guy is just a dysfunctional guy, no, I don't think so. I think she was in error for even having a child by a dysfunctional man. And some women might say this: well, but men come with their representative. They don't often tell you. You don't find out they was this and this and that till later. Okay, well, don't give him no child until he gives you his last name. And you shouldn't give him your last name if you don't deem him to be a fit, capable man. So therefore, the odds of a woman moving and thinking like that are going to be low that she even has a child by a dysfunctional, psychologically damaged man. See, where this is coming from, and your question was very valid, where all of this is coming from is women being irresponsible. The truth of the matter is, listen, let's talk about it if we're going to talk about it. The truth of the matter is, in the African American community, women don't desire good, hard-working men. They don't.
No, they don't.
Listen, do you see the trend that they had going on? Where even the young girls, it's some music. I forget what the music say. The lyrics on the music, you can't hit this and da da da. They were saying, you can't smash. If he don't carry a blicky, you can't hit this. Average, everyday, blue-collar, hard-working man, he's a sucker in the black community. If you've never been to prison, If you've never popped that thing, most of these women look at you like a lame. Because here's how we can prove it. Are you aware that 80% of the children in the black community were created by around 27% of the broken men in the black community?
Mm-hmm.
That shows you who our women desire.
Absolutely.
The broken men. Because listen, let's be honest here. I'm going to seemingly take up for the women here. It's going to seem like I'm taking up for the women. I'm not taking up for them, but I do understand. A woman desires a masculine man. A woman desires a confident man. A woman desires a man who is respected amongst his peers. But now here's the issue. Because our women have went on a tangent of having all of these children without their fathers, I'll give it to you ladies. We do have an overwhelming number of, let's call it this, soft men. It's real. These ninjas carrying purses and everything. Skinny jeans, right? Won't fight, all of that. And since women, there's a DRUG that women have always been addicted to since the beginning of time. I'm talking about they walk through neighborhoods flipping up bricks looking for this substance, this highly addictive substance that they're addicted to. Guess what that substance is? Masculinity. But since our women have had such an overwhelming number of soft males, they don't like these soft males. And unfortunately, dysfunction mimics masculinity. Bitch, what'd you say? They like these men, assertive men. But see, that's not masculinity coming from that man. That's dysfunction. So since there's a drought of the masculinity in the black community, they'll settle for the second best thing. Dysfunction. A man who will stand on business. A man who will lock and load that thing. A man who will act a fool in society. And that's what's going on. Miss Aaliyah.
Hi.
Tell me how your night is going.
It's good. You?
My life is amazing. So you said women can be leaders too?
No, you didn't. You didn't read all of the comments. I was responding to what someone said.
Talk to me.
So I asked, where's the accountability for men, in this scenario? And the person, Fuego, whoever he is, he said that when men, well, he said that if women are giving it up so easy, then, you know, then women are the problem or whatever, which is basically the claim that it sounds like you're making. So that's what I'm asking. But my statement to him was that wouldn't that make women leaders over men in that sense, only in that sense?
In that sense, that would make women the cancer of the community. Think about this. I want to put it to you in blatant terms. Let's say that we went to Mars and they started, the tour guide, he started showing us all of the groups of people. This is a tribe, this is a tribe, this is a tribe, this is a tribe. Hey, this is the Wiggawamis. They practice a certain faith. They dress modest. They don't really, they stay married for the most part. And this is the Tigga what they typically do is they do a lot of farming. They stay to themselves. And this is the Sasha Hisos. These are women who, they have rampant sex with, pretty much anybody. And they don't have to be in a relationship with them. And they don't use protection. And their children usually come out broken. Who would you blame that on? The men or the women?
Well, I would blame anybody who's going if you explain their characteristic, you said this group does this group does this group does this, and then we get down to these women who are promiscuous women and they, have unprotected sex or they solicit themselves or whatever it is. I will blame the person that's going to take that offer only because they don't have to take that offer, especially if they hear something that's terrible about a group of people. Why would you run towards that group of people? I will blame the person that's going to take that offer.
Okay, I have a question for you.
Yes.
When a mother is stuck raising a child by herself, okay, let me say it like this. Me and you, let's be real about this. If I get you pregnant and I'm not trying to be there for the child, I'm not on that. I'm not on that. I'm just not on it. I just wanted some. And you end up pregnant and you have to raise a child by yourself. Whose life is inconvenienced more, yours or mine?
Well, if we're talking American society,
We're
the
talking about
woman's
life
life is more.
in general. Kids cost.
Well,
Kids have to be birthed at
well,
3
it's not
a.m. This is a major
right, but I like to use the American society because it's more accepted in our society than any other in the world. So if we're talking American society and we're talking a father who's refusing to be present in said home, I would say the woman's life is more inconvenience and the child's as well because the child is inconvenienced because
but
they're not able to have
hold
a
on.
family.
Hold on. You're agreeing that the woman's life is more affected than the man's, right?
Unfortunately, yes, because men are not being held
Hold on.
accountable in
Hold on.
said scenario.
Hold on. I'm just asking you a question. So we agree
Hmm.
that the woman's life is affected more. Now, I've never
Hmm.
done powdery substance in my life, in some joint in nothing. I've never messed with a man in my life. I've never touched underage in my life, right?
Right.
Who is responsible for how my life turns out?
Your father, first and foremost.
What if I'm not
He
born
is
with
the
one?
leader.
What if I'm not born with one?
If you're not under the
Listen, hold
circumstances
on,
of
hold on, hold on, hold on,
you
listen,
not
hold on.
go
Hold
ahead.
on. I just need you. Listen, let's do this cohesively.
Huh?
There are people who chose to, and there are people who chose to never skip school. There are people who got paper routes and things like that. There are people whose academia was so high that they got college grants, right? These are decisions. My question to you, Stacey Prince, who is responsible how my life turns out?
Your father. I stick to that. I have plenty of explanations as to why your
Let
father.
me ask you,
He is
to
the
be
leader.
honest, hold on, to be honest, did we come up here to debate and, like,
No,
because,
I want to have a conversation. We can
okay,
debate. It
listen
doesn't matter.
to me. I wasn't raised with a father. So in the event, which to be honest, true, almost close to 80% in the black community weren't raised with a father. So are you suggesting that all of the kids in the black community who weren't raised with a father should just be losers and give up?
No, but that's not what we're debating here. Is the absence of that father in the first place? What makes him absent? Why is he absent? Why did he have
Somebody who,
unprotected sex?
somebody who I just smashed and I just wanted some ass gave me some. And I'm a loser. I don't really like women. I'm actually bi. Do you care to get to know me enough to know those things about me before you let me nut in you? Do you care
Yeah,
to
but
get
why?
to know the caliber of man I am and whether or not I'm the type of man who will leave before you let me bust in you?
Yeah, but then that makes the man responsible for what he did.
I
When
don't
he
care about
goes and takes part,
I don't care
when
about
he goes and takes,
I don't love
I'm
myself.
sorry,
I don't care about being responsible. I don't love myself. I don't care about my life.
right?
So now what? I still get to bust in you?
But
I'm
that's
a
the
loser.
whole. That's
I
the.
can barely read.
That's my whole argument is that you solely place all of the blame on women and the men take no accountability in said engagement, and it doesn't make sense at all because men are leaders. They are the higher standard of a human being.
You
So
believe
if they are trash,
you
I'm
believe
sorry.
you believe that all men are leaders. You believe that?
I believe I believe that all men are natural born leaders. Every single last one of them have a natural right to leadership. Yes, I do. I do believe that.
Do
They
you
have a responsibility to humankind to lead the women, and then
okay.
the women teach the children what the men have taught them.
So do you say that about children who come out with autism, cerebral palsy, things like that?
Those
Do you hold
children who those are biological anomalies. Those are not even,
hold on.
1 out of 4 children.
I'm trying to help you understand. These men who are coming out without their dads, you don't believe they're messed up?
Yes, I believe they're messed up, and
That's the one thing that
that's
I
why I'm
agree with
saying
Charlie Kirk.
that's why I'm saying that their dads need to stop having, just going like roaches.
We don't
They're
have
like, it's like
to.
roaches.
I want ass.
Infestation here.
Have to.
Sorry, I couldn't hear
I
you.
don't have to stop. I want some ass. Now what's up?
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
I don't
How do
care.
you just want?
I said I want some ass, and I'm talking specifically to you. When me and you get off of this
Yeah,
live,
that
can I get in your DMs and come see you and we
I'm a
can?
married woman. I'm a married woman, married since I was 21. I'm 30
You
now.
think
I'm a
that's
married
why
woman.
I'm asking you? Can I come see you later on?
Okay, you're making the point that I'm going to say no, obviously. Like that doesn't stick the fact that men are not sticking around in their households. They're not, they're just,
Okay,
you
so
can't make the claim that, okay.
I want to ask you this, because I don't mean to say women like you, but I'm going to say it. You guys like to say that word, men aren't sticking around. What percentage of the children born in the black community was there a relationship in the beginning versus smash babies, what I call them? A woman was just...
I don't know. I don't know the statistics of that.
Okay, so listen, the overwhelming majority of these weren't a man and a woman was together and when she got pregnant, he left. These women...
Is this,
Listen, hold on. Since
um,
1974, African American women have went to the clinic and terminated 19.5 million fetuses. What does that tell you? They're passing that poontang around on petri dishes. Do you think that it is women who are marriage minded, who are having multiple children by multiple men? Is that who you think is doing this?
you have questions. I have a question. If there's a household where the father is absent, right? And there's, let's say, just one each of each sex, a boy and a girl, and a mother raises them, who is supposed to teach them to be marriage minded? They are supposed to learn, in my opinion, how to be marriage minded because their parents are married. You leave the responsibility up to the woman solely, it doesn't make sense. All of the responsibility of the seed that comes from the woman, in which the man put there first, is left on her. It doesn't make sense.
I think you don't desire for it to make sense. I have a question for you now. I've listened to you. And I want
Mhm.
to know this. True or false? Even handsome men, true or false, most men will almost sleep with just about anything. Rich men.
I'm not versed in that world. I'm not versed in that world very much. I like to take people at face value, so it's a one by one
A
case with me.
man
I
will
don't
put
speak
his thing in
generally.
his hand. If a man will put his thing in his hand and whack off, you think he won't sleep with a big woman? An ugly woman.
I don't.
If I will masturbate, you think I won't take sex from an ugly chick?
Yeah, I don't know
You're acting
I
like
don't
you
know.
just landed on Earth or something, to be honest. You don't know
No,
me.
I just
Well, just give me a second. Kanai.
I think she sleep.
Can I do that sometimes? Kanai, you here? She's not our drummer. Yeah, she gone. Okay, Green Eyes.
Okay, because I've been wanting to speak.
Hold on. Give me a second, Green Eyes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I've asked you. Can I swing through tonight?
Nah.
Who was just in charge of that entire decision?
Me.
See, this is what I don't understand.
okay, but I don't
Hold
understand
on.
why would you ask?
This woman right here, in a single word, just kept me from making her a baby mama.
What?
Let me say this to you.
Basically, in this situation, that would mean that all of the men that are asking this question or going forward for this interaction are excuse my language, but retarded.
Like,
Hey,
really retarded
you can't say that up here. Hey,
and delusional.
hey, you can't say the R word. Hey, people down on TikTok, I need you guys to drop some fruits down in the comments so they won't kick us down. You can't
Can
say
she
that.
hear me?
Hold on, give
Can
me a
she
second.
hear me?
Hold on, everybody, hold on. Hey, I need to turn these comments on, ZF. I need you guys to drop fruits down in the comments. I'm turning them on now. They probably gonna kick me over here.
We can't. Oh, yeah, I'm
Hey,
not
yeah,
used
I
to this
appreciate it.
new.
Hey, I need you guys to drop fruits down in the comments, 100s and everything positive that you can. Green Eye,
Uh-huh.
go ahead, talk to me. Look, they did
Okay, I
hit me
was
with a
wondering,
warning.
can she hear me?
They hit me with the warning. Go ahead.
Yes, to you, young lady, I just wanted to tell you, I don't know where a lot of women get it from, that it's the man's responsibility. It's your responsibility to say no. It's your responsibility to get to know a man. You interact with that man enough to see how he treats his mom. And while you interacting to see how he treats his mom, you also pay attention to the way he treats you. And the way he treats his mom and you will tell you whether or not he's going to be a good father.
100%.
He's going to run away. So in the end, I'm an older female, and I thank God I didn't have a man to run away from my kids. He loved his mom, he loved me, and he loved his kids. So in the end, y'all women gotta stop trying to put everything on these men when it comes to being a single mom. You chose to be that single mother. You chose to open your leg for a man that was gonna run away. You chose to open your leg for the community stuff. You chose to open your leg for a loser. You chose to open your leg for somebody that didn't have a job. This is something you chose. So by you choosing this man, you already knew in your mind that he was gonna run off and leave you for the next female, and the next female, and the next female. And he was just gonna skip the loop to the next female until he keep getting babies and keep getting babies until he get tired.
And listen, and check this out. If you didn't know he was a loser, if you didn't know that he was the type that liked kids, if you didn't know he didn't have a job, you're still to blame for even that. See, because here's, and I'm going to be honest with you, sweetie. The truth is, according to your thinking, it means I'm a better person than you. I don't have kids strong all around America. Conscious decision. Now, let me ask you something, Aaliyah. Do you have multiple children by multiple men?
I have one child by one man who is also my husband.
Okay. So, I'm going somewhere with this now. Would you consider yourself a bust down?
I don't know what that is by definition. I'm sorry, I'm not urban.
Did you have years of a hoe phase?
No, sir.
Who gets the credit for that?
I do.
So
My
you get
parents do.
credit for the
My father
opposite.
does. No, no, listen, my father does. My mother does. Then I do.
Okay. So
Because
since you hold on, since you keep saying that, what about the fathers who did everything they could and their sons still ended up on that white powdery substance? Is the father to blame for that?
no, the children are. But can I say something real quick? Everything,
No. Hold on.
everything. Go
Stop.
ahead.
Did
Go
you hear
ahead.
what you just said? So the bad things that happen is not up to the parent. But the good things that happen, it's up to the parent. So
No, this
I
this
get
is what I'm saying.
parent,
Go ahead.
it's
Go ahead.
I'm responsible for how my child turns out, depending. But if he does bull crap, you see how that doesn't make sense?
It does, because this is the thing. You're not in your home teaching your child how to do coke or powder. The only reason why the good things will be attributed to the parents is because that's what the parents were teaching
Wait,
the children.
you're
Now,
missing.
it depends.
I'm asking you this. If I am a good man and I'm teaching my children all of the elements of life and they end up liking to get poked in their bum by other men, they end up liking that powdery substance, who is responsible for that?
It's their decisions.
Okay, who is responsible if I turn out well?
You're,
You see how crazy this sounds? This sounds really crazy. You're giving me the person you're giving the child the credit for his life turning out bad bad, but you're giving the dad the credit. So check this out. Let's do it like this. Where does the mom fit in this? When does she get some blame? I don't know if you know it, but we can't hear you. You're not muted. I've never heard something like this before. I am. It is a privilege for me to be able to brag on my accomplishments. So if I get the bragging rights to brag on my accomplishments, then how do I get to blame somebody else for my failures? That's insane. Look, she jumped off.
He gone.
That was actually very shameful, to be honest.
But I'm gonna say this. I hope she's still there and she can actually hear us. But the way she was talking is something going on in her life that she really didn't want to share. And
I think you could be right.
Around the bush.
I
she
think
was
you could
beating
be
around
right.
the bush about a lot of stuff. That's her. She turned to look to you like, who?
I think you could be right. Who is that? Oh, okay, that's my thing is this. A woman loves. Have you ever noticed how women love when they're dating and a man asks them how many kids they have? They're so proud to say none. Have you ever noticed that? Oh, I don't have any kids. So how is it somebody else's fault when you do have kids? You get the credit and the glory for not having to be in a multi-tier baby mama, but somebody else gets the blame. I'm not even going to stay on that for too long. That's borderline. Right. I'm gonna say this, and Miss Aaliyah, I don't mean no disrespect. Well, she says she's married though.
Nah, that ain't true.
I don't see how a person who thinks like that can be married unless the man is very, 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 very passive. Because that's the need to be right mentality.
Right, and I get this all the time with women trying to blame men for not being in a child's life, but it's on them because they didn't take the time out to get to know that man for who he really
100%. And to be honest, it's not fail-safe, it's not perfect, but what you described to her, it increases the odds significantly of you not having to go through what other people have had to go through, having 3 children by 3 different men. It's Absolutely. Just, there's a reason why in foreign countries, arranged marriages have higher success rates than over here. Because over here, they're not picking the men according to what they're supposed to be picking. Girl, he fine, and all of that. They know that they said that man popped that thing, probably got a couple of bodies under his belt, moves that white substance, he's a big-time dealer, all of that. They know that, and it's attractive, right? But when that guy gets them pregnant, ends up in prison for life, they're blaming the man. You picked that caliber of man. ZF.
Yeah. Yes, sir. How you doing?
Good. What's up?
Well, first thing, please be mindful of your guest language as well, because you cannot say the actual names.
I know they actually gave us 2 strikes.
Substances. Yeah.
They gave us 2 warnings behind that.
Right. Yeah. But also I came up to refute 2 things. One you already touched on and did a great job, but I'm gonna start with that one, then I'm gonna go to my next one. Every woman up here has demonstrated that women are in control of who gets cheeks in this country. Yes. Period. In this. So if you are in charge of it and can't be held accountable for that decision, should you be in charge of it?
100%.
because if you're gonna if women are gonna be in charge of that decision, then hold men accountable for it, that is the equivalent to slavery.
I agree.
Absolutely.
Her whole scenario was insane, to be honest. It was very contradictory. It was what do they call it? ZF, cognitive dissonance, man, at the highest level.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. But I'm saying to hold somebody responsible and accountable for a decision that they are not in control of is basically slavery. It's a very close equivalent, if not. So, and literally, if you can't be held accountable for who you fuck, what can you be held accountable for?
Yeah, that's nuts. That's nuts. And I'm gonna tell you something else, ZF. Listen, it was actually a good. It was actually a good thing. What we just got to hear in a black woman was everything that we've been talking about today. The fact that she even thinks like this, that's a huge problem. So I'm not responsible for the bad things that I do, but all of the good things that I do, give me credit for those. That's cognitive dissonance at its highest level. I've never even seen somebody come up here and say that.
Oh, I have. I've seen it on plenty of panels. But here's the thing. It's rampant. It's a rampant mentality, right? Because when your son makes it to the NBA or the NFL,
100%.
a doctor or a lawyer, oh yeah, I raised him by myself. But when he ends up a fucking Gloctavius felon, it's his daddy,
the daddy. And see, listen, I want all of the ladies down here, listen, those of you who are in your feelings right now, I understand that women are emotional. Maybe some of the things that I'm saying is triggering you. But I really want you to listen to that exchange that just took place. That woman came up here and said all of the good things that happened in the child's life, the mom deserves credit for those. But when he does bad things, that's the dad.
Right. And here's the other thing, Stacey. She did the same thing that I called that other woman out for the other night when she came up here. When anything is a man's fault, she's a fucking expert. Anything a man could possibly get blamed for, even when it's not his decision, she's a fucking expert. But any place women are fucking up, she don't know about that. Well, how the fuck you know about men and you ain't even a man?
It's crazy to me, bro. It's crazy to me.
That's wild. But the other thing she said, and I wholeheartedly disagree with her. I will die or I will unalive on this hill. My bad. I did it now. My bad. I will unalive on this hill. I'm serious, y'all. I will unalive on this hill. Leaders are not born. They are trained. Period.
Absolutely.
I agree 1,000. Or else the military wouldn't even exist. Right. She's basically saying all black men can just go to the military with no training.
I'm just saying, leaders are trained. There's no such thing as a born leader. Does not exist. Now, you might have, like, everybody has different characteristics and qualities. You might have more leadership type qualities or characteristics than the next man, but you are not a leader unless you're trained to be one. Period. In this story. And I'm telling you, you cannot talk me down off that hill.
I think her man made her get off. If she's really married, I think he made her get off. Like, hey, babe, you sound kind of crazy.
I wouldn't doubt it, but I'm just saying, that's a ledge you cannot talk me off of. Period. Because I'm 51 years old. I've been well, not all over this world, but I've been a lot of places. And a lot. Two of them were with the United States Army. Listen to what I'm telling you. People who have been through leadership training still aren't leaders. I've seen it.
I agree. How do you think certain companies collapse at an exponential degree? He had the title, but he wasn't a good leader.
Right. But in the U.S. Army, before you make E5, and I've been to this course, even though I didn't make E5, I got out as an E4 because they go on a point system and the points didn't drop. It is what it is. So to become from E4 to E5, you have to go to what's called Primary Leadership Development Course. Then, when you're at E5, to go to E6, you have to do a class called Basic Non-Commissioned Officers Training. Then to go from E6 to E7, you have to go to advanced non-commissioned officer training. Yeah, and most lifers who stay in and do retire, they actually retire as E7. That means they went through 3 leadership courses and all of them ain't leaders.
Yep, I agree.
And so what I'm saying is, there all this talk that men are born leaders and this, that, and the third. No, and every man is not a leader. Even, you know what I'm saying? Whether he's been through training or not, every man there can't be millions of leaders and no followers. That's not how that works.
Absolutely.
Listen, Miss Bernadette. I mean,
that's that old saying: too many chiefs, not enough Indians. Every man can't be a follower.
Miss Burnett said, these young women don't have role models to guide and correct them. The older women need to be vigilant when talking to younger women about the importance of respecting themselves at all times. Social media has a lot of negative influences on young women, and it's hard to break. Listen, even the scripture says, and older women, teach the younger women. You are supposed to have your wits about yourself when you go into this thing called the dating realm. You're not supposed to stumble into that thing because catastrophic events can take place. Catastrophic. You're not supposed to be going into this talking about, well, my fate lies at the hand of a man. Your fate lies at the hand of you. Listen, the same way I want all of the credit, see, because some of my worst decisions have been amazing teaching moments. I'm not trying to, the bad things I've done, I'm not trying to blame that on nobody else. I want that. I want all of that. That's a part of my story. Because you can best believe my successes, nobody else is getting the blame for that. You can best believe that. I want all of that. You can't be responsible for the good, but somebody else is responsible for the bad. And the truth of the matter is, we know what they say about pastors' kids. Them be the hellions right there. And that's proof by itself that there's instances, a lot of instances, maybe even the majority, where the parents can't control how kids turn out. We do the best that we can and raise them the right way. But even Robert Downey Jr., do you guys know that they say Robert Downey Jr., Iron Man was his last shot. Hollywood was tired of him. And look who his dad was. This got handed to you by nepotism. You got a shot at Hollywood based on who your dad was and still almost blew it. So does his dad get the blame for all of that drinking and drugging he was doing?
Nope.
That's what I'm saying. The whole concept is crazy. But I want to point this out. That was amazing that we got to see an example of this in real time. We talk about it often, but for you guys to get to see the mentality that we talk about often in real time, it was actually a privilege because it validates everything that we say. These people are doing things and trying to blame other people. I intentionally, listen, I'm going to be honest. This is the honest truth. I'm not going to say I regret it, but she was bad. This 2 times. I have had women so bad, that I think about 2 of them today. I never got the hit. I go all the way out there to the country in the Midwest, all the way out to the country. We leave the club. I make it all the way out in there in the country. I don't even know what race this woman was. She was like Pocahontas or something. She lives in this place of probably 15,000 people. Little cul-de-sac of an environment. Believe this or not, now this was some years ago. I didn't have any condoms. But I'm on this. This girl is bad. I get up and I run to this store. We don't sell condoms. Like, what? I run to another store. We don't sell condoms. This is a very small Mayberry type of town. I went back. And she was like, I don't have anything. It's okay. No, it's not okay. That was up to me. As bad as I wanted to. That was an adult decision-making time. But under her premise, I'm supposed to relinquish all of my authority and decision-making and blame it on my dad. That's nuts to me. That's nuts to me.
Stacey, I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna drop because I don't want to dominate your panel or nothing. But my mom is from the South Side of Chicago. She's had exactly 2 tickets in her life. That is the extent of her legal trouble. She's a teacher with a master's degree. And I'm gonna tell you right now, the only difference between me and Stacey Prince is a good lawyer that my mother would not pay for. You know what I'm saying? I'm no different than anybody else. I'm no better, no worse. I'm Glocktavius. That's why I came up with the name. I'm Glocktavius. I came up with that name because that's me. I'm an expert on that dude because that's me. Now, I did make some changes in my life. I'm a husband. I'm a father. I'm a homeowner. You know, I work overtime. I work messed up shifts sometimes. It is what it is. But my mother could never be blamed for the streets that I ran. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's insane. That's very disrespectful to your parents to even suggest something. All the unprotected sex I'm out there having, that's my mama's fault. Oh, excuse me. According to her, that's my daddy's fault. Listen, check this out. Let's go here then. What were they, ZF, the Menendez brothers? Is that what it was?
Yeah, I know what you're finna tell you.
So who was responsible for that? The parents?
No.
That's what they say, but guess what? They locked up.
Yeah, they gone.
I guarantee you they didn't raise them kids to end up eventually taking their lives.
But you know, I tell all people, you know, we love to say the saying, the apple don't fall too far from the tree. And one thing we got to understand in life, we be up under our parents until we're 18 or until we go off to college. And once we hit that adult age, we become our own individuals with our own mindset. So what we do once we leave our parents, it has nothing to do with our parents.
Yeah, that's crazy. And listen,
our decision. Like, I got a son. My son just turned 34 years old. And I thank God for my son. I don't brag on him, but I do thank God for him. My son, 34, never been in no trouble, then got his education, got a good career going. I don't have a problem with a son. I got a good son.
I think, listen, that you brought that up. I think this. I think it's absolutely insane that we both know you had something to do with how he turned out. Because you don't just automatically come into this world a good person. You start.
No, you don't.
You start meddling with things. You start coming into different influences and different knowledges and different shortcuts to make money that might not be legal.
Right.
I think it's absolutely insane that I can do all that I can do to enhance my kids' decision-making process. I did that. I did my job. But now, even though I push church up on him, I give him all the necessities, give him the lectures, give him the talks, and he goes out there and goes up in a police station, and that's my fault?
No,
Listen, I'm going to tell y'all the scary part. We all know that woman was dead serious. She was dead serious.
Okay, well, let's counter that argument. My dad is retired Air Force.
Hey, give me a second, ZF. Give me a second, ZF. Keep your thought. Hey, people, we have not had, listen, we've been up here for almost 4 hours. We have not had one Cash App the entire show. You guys know what it is. Hit that Cash App, The Real Stacey Prince. Support the show if you rock with the show. If the show is beneficial, support the show. Go ahead, ZF.
All right, so let's take it the other way. My dad is retired Air Force. Does not know what a set of handcuffs feels like. I do. Is that his fault too?
I'm telling you, when you put it like that, brother, it sounds real crazy. I wish she was still up here to hear that. Listen, but listen, what we know, what the late great Kevin Samuel say, the need to be right. We know that woman would find a way to be like, well, yeah, it probably could be associated with the dad. When he said that, the need to be right, that need to be right is classic.
Stacy, it's getting late over here. But yeah, listen. Once you are an adult, you are responsible for yourself. I think a lot of people are walking around angry at their parents for things that happened long ago. You've got to sort it out and make decisions for yourself.
I agree.
You know, raising children is one of the hardest job I have ever done. And the hardest thing is to see my kids move out. My youngest son just surprised me. Graduate high school. The next day, he's like, I got a job, Mom. And he's like, yeah, I got a job. I'm moving and I'm going to college. He's going to go into college into fall. I'm like, okay. I mean, it's hard to let him go because I'm like, oh my gosh, is he ready? You start asking yourself a million and one questions, but you know, that's his decision.
Right.
And he's becoming a man and I have to take hands off and let him go, you know?
I agree. You got to. What you gonna do? Mind control him? I mean, what are you gonna do?
Nothing. There's nothing I can do.
Yeah.
And did you know this thing, Stacey? Did you know this thing called FORPA? Did you know he now have to give the college permission to talk to me? Did you know that?
I didn't know that. That's deep. That's deep.
He literally have to sign a release for me, and he's not even 18 yet, for me to get information. And under FORPA, once he becomes officially a student of a university, you lose rights as a parent.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
I don't agree with that, especially but America is going under the toilet, so I'm not shocked either. Though that's crazy.
It is. So, but yeah, I mean, I can't believe that. Like, you know, every time I come on your show or a classic men's show, I'm like, you guys I hear things that women say sometimes. I'm like, dang it. Even if I wanted to go on your side and defend you, I just can't.
Right. No, and I'm going to say this too. I think this is serious and it's nothing to joke about. A lot of times, I used to tell my brother this. Like, just because you don't see somebody foaming at the mouth and stuff, that doesn't mean nothing's wrong. Like, a lot of times you guys have heard people with dysfunction and psychological damage. You guys have sometimes heard psychological damage and dysfunction speaking. You guys have heard mental illness speaking up here because we know when you think a certain way that type pattern of thinking leads to bad outcomes, there's something wrong because it's not natural thinking. And she did say she had a kid. I wish she was still up here. I wish she was still up here because I'd like to know if that boy liked to touch women or young kids. Whose fault is that? You gonna take the blame for that? The husband get to take the blame for that? I bet you the husband would say no.
Hey, she gonna put it on her husband.
It was the man. Hey, I appreciate you coming up, driving.
Cool chopping it up. Yeah. Hey, Jordan, again, good to see you. Miss Green Eyes, good to meet you. I'm going to go cuddle with my wife, and these likes is low, so I officially don't give a fuck. I've been to zero fucks experience.
My brother. I appreciate you, man. You guys take care.
All right.
All right, Green Eyes, you take care.
Okay, you too.
All right. Yeah, we have not had any show supporters, so we're going to go ahead and wrap this thing on up. You guys know you got to support the show. This is the hottest show online, people. That didn't you? What is this? Is that how that's supposed to be? Yeah, I think so. Who is this? I don't accept people up here if you don't have a profile picture. No profile picture, no. What is Betty Loves talking about down there? She's been saying stuff, but I haven't been able to pick up on any of it. No one is good except God alone? What the hell? She's been saying stuff down there like that. Then she said, there is therefore no condemnation to them which are in Christ. That's that woman activity taking place. That woman don't even know what she's saying herself. Come on up here, Miss Betty. Let us know you're not crazy, because I'm not comprehending. Listen, for once, I agree with Fly High. Parents teach, guide, and mold child for success. Parents get the credit, but the child can choose to not follow what was taught. That is on the child. Wow, so when the child does things bad, it's the dad's fault. But when the child turns out good, it's not the dad's fault. Ain't that something? All right, people. It's been too long since we had show support. We're about to go ahead and wrap this thing up. Sounds like that movie Booty Call. Arthur said, I disagree. There are some natural born leaders who are very good at what they do. When we're up here, we speak in the general consensus of all things. You're talking about isolated incidences. That's why so many men come out of the vagina and they're not confident when it comes to talking to women, because rare few men come out and they're really confident enough to pull this dating thing off with women and pull bad women. So what you're talking about is isolated incidents. That's why there's way more men who do bad with women than there are who have the confidence to walk up and talk to a woman. Shout out to my brother Lee. It's a good thing that woman's married if she really is, because that child would be in trouble. Thought process like that, Mufasta. All right, well, we up out of here then. Crunch time in this situation, rocking out with us. Arts and Pop Culture Show said, how can we change the negative narrative on modern women? You can't. Those modern women who can't be helped, you have to let them self-destruct. You know the teaching of lifeguards, like be careful trying to save someone who's drowning because they could pull you under too? Yeah, you have to kind of let a self-destructive person self-destruct without them affecting you. I have come to understand that some people, there's no amount of talk. You got to understand, look what they did to Jesus Christ. Some people are to be left alone. All right, people, well, we out of here then. I appreciate you guys rocking out with us. How to show online, people. You already know what it is.
Communicate.
Never talk to me like that again. You hear me? Huh?
Welcome to Death Row.
I'm your huckleberry.
Say good night to the bad guy. Say good night to the bad guy. Bang, 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 daddy, bang. Bang, 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 daddy, bang. Get over here.
She belongs to the streets. She belongs to the streets.
What kind of stupid ass question is that?
You fucking crazy, man. You sound insane. Do you realize that? You should be
Next time you hear grown folks talking, shut the fuck up, yeah?
You fucking crazy, man.
What kind of stupid ass question is that?
My doctor has notified me that I'm morbidly obese.
Goodbye.
It's an evil world we live in.
Resist the unclean spirit.
Get the hippie out of here.
Prince of Lies! Return to the depths of dark!
Goodbye.
Many have wondered why Satan was played by a woman in the Passion of the Christ.
Can't believe you say no funky shit like that.
We out of here.
Coming to Cant, you best not miss.